Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Was Fat Shamed by Everyone and Became Dragon God Emperor movie. Before we start, please go support CarlosManuelMamaniQu for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. No matter what he did, they never recognized his effort until that day came when he would become a powerful being, but he only sought peace and tranquility. Chapter 1: My Life. It was a sunny day in Ko City. Everything seemed to be fine but at the academy in this city. A boy with brown hair and a robust physical appearance was seen. In itself the word is fat, but I hate when they call people that way. They have names, but they still keep calling them fat. I hate that anyway. He was running from other thinner looking boys. "Student, where do you think you're going, chubby? It's your fault I got a B and not an A like I wanted." The boy kept running from the bullies until they cornered him. "Student, finally we caught you for being an ugly, useless fat guy if you ran a lot." "Boy, no, please don't hit me anymore, help ye." A student punches him in the stomach. "Student 2, shut up, Issei, someone might hear what we're going to do to you." "Issei, no please." In that, Issei notices that a girl had left the window of a building. "Issei, Rias, you laugh." The crimson-haired woman saw her, and he saw her too. Issei was hopeful that the girl was going to help him, but Rias simply grabbed the window and closed it. Issei was surprised, but he already knew what was going to happen to him, so he just closed his eyes. The other students began to hit him, kick him, tear his uniform until one of them cut it with a knife. "Issei, no more please," he said it weakly. "Student, for the next semester I want an A instead of something less, so study, because in 7 months I want the highest grades, understood?" "Issei, yes, it's okay." "Student, let's go. I can't believe that this loser is Jax's brother, you useless bastard." The students there left Issei lying on the ground. Issei's POV. Issei. "Hello, my name is Haida Issei. Since I can remember I have always been despised for not being like my brother Jax. He was always smart, handsome, and above all thin. Instead I was always different. I was not handsome and I was not thin. Since I was little I was fat Jax and I got along. He, being my older brother, defended me until that day when we were 5 years old. We met 2 girls, Rias Gremery and Sona Citri. When they appeared I thought everything was going to be fine, we were going to be friends, but when Rias and Sona revealed to us that they were demons and that my brother Jax had a sacred gear, a Longinus type, one of the 13 that existed, this Longinus possessed one of the 2 celestial dragons, Drag, the red dragon of domination. When we found out about this, my parents were happy for Jax since they already knew this supernatural world, because my father was a magician and my mother was a swordsman. But when I asked Rias and Sona what sacred gear I had, they told me that I had nothing, that I was a simple human. That disappointed me. But Jax told me that he would protect me from any threat. I was happy for Jax, but after 1 year the change became more arrogant, more conceited that he could have everything. Instead I only sought the approval of our parents. A "well done, son," or "you did it, I feel proud of you," but the only thing I received was "because you are not like your brother. Your brother is strong and intelligent. Sometimes I wonder if you are our son." Those words did hurt me. After that I spent most of my childhood like that. While my brother Jax was congratulated for everything he did, I was simply despised and alienated. There were days when they left me without food. They told me to see if I stopped being fat, then high. School came. Nothing changed when entering the academy. I thought it was going to be different, but nothing changed when Jax met a girl named Yuma, and they had a date. That was when Rias reincarnated my brother as her servant. The girl Yuma turned out to be a foal named Reincarnation. Reincarnation was sent by Kokabeel to kill Jax for being the bearer of Drag's Longinus, but Jax prevented Reincarnation from being killed, and also Reincarnation joined Rias's entourage. When I saw her I fell in love with her. Rias, Sona, Akeno, Kaneko, Asia, Zenobia and Irina, but I was rejected in the worst way by them. Flashback. Rias. "Hanging out with a loser like you, haha, please. A high-class devil with you, haha. Apart from being ugly fat man without power or magic, would never be with you. Your brother Jax is a much better man than you, now out of my sight." Flashback. Akeno. "Or poor fat man, I would never be with you. Jax is the man who satisfies my needs, not a powerless loser like you." Flashback. Asia. "I would never be with you. Who I want to be with is Jax." Flashback Kaneko. Kaneko, you're not fat, ugly, and besides, a loser would never be with you. Jax will give me kittens and I will be his. Flashback Zenobia. Zenobia, I would never be with a loser like you. Jax is the man who will give me strong children. Flashback Irina. Irina, no, of course not. God created humans, but I think it was bad when he created you. You're an ugly, fat aberration. I would never be with you. I will be with Jax. End of flashbacks. The words they told me ended up breaking my heart, but what hurt me the most was what Reincarnation did to me. She, unlike the others, had accepted me, or so I thought when she agreed to go out with me. Those were the best days of my life, but they only lasted 2 months until I found out what she was doing. Flashback. I was returning home happy because I was going out to see my girlfriend. When I entered the house I greeted my parents, but they ignored me as usual, but I still didn't care, and I went up to my room. When I changed I left, but I heard noises in Jax's room I didn't want to see, but I still decided to go. Bad luck on my part. When I looked through the door that was open, I saw my brother Jax and my girlfriend Reincarnation having sex. Reincarnation, Jax, yeah. Jax, Reincarnation, I'm coming where you want me. Reincarnation, inside, come in. After seeing that I left there crying. I left the house and I did not arrive to the appointment I had with Reincarnation. End of the flashback. After seeing that I didn't see Reincarnation again. Apparently she went to Grigory because Azazel needed her help. It is better that way. She didn't want to see her either. After that, Kokobeel attacked the academy with my strategy that Jax stole from me. After that there was a faction meeting where the 3 factions signed a peace treaty. There I met Sarah, Fall, Penemu, and Gabriel. They too rejected me for being fat, weak, without power. Then we went to the underworld where I met Odin and Rosweiss. I also fell in love with Rosweiss, but I never told her because I was afraid of being rejected again. In the underworld Loki attacked, then they sent us to stop him again. We managed to win thanks to my battle strategy, but all the credit goes to Jax. I would have liked a single thank you, but I didn't even receive that. Then we returned to the human world and went on a trip to Tokyo where we met the yokai faction where we rescued the queen. Thanks to me, the queen was very beautiful, and it didn't take long to fall in love with her, although I still didn't say anything to her because of my lack of courage. Although later I saw how she was kissed by Jax and I thought she would be in his harem too, so I left there sad. Then a few months passed, and there was a meeting to go to Greece to recruit the Olympians. They sent us as negotiators for the treaty. That's where I met Hades, the only one I can call father. He saw my past and asked me why I wasn't dead. I told him that maybe it's because I'm stubborn and even avoid death. I laughed. After that I met Athena, Aphrodite, Nyx, and Zeus. They were the only ones I could call family, Aphrodite, Nyx, and Athena. I fell in love with them, but even so, out of fear, I preferred not to say anything. I see Zeus as an uncle, although it bothers him when I remind him that he is so old. After the Olympians signed the peace in the underworld, a woman came to ask for help. It was Ophis Ouroboros, the woman I loved so much that I gave my life for her, and she decided to go with Jax. When I met her it was because of Surzek. He said that she had come because she was betrayed by Rizavim, and he had taken control of the Cows Brigade. We helped her since she was a target. We fought against the Cows Brigade when they tried to kidnap her, and it was there that Jax and I were poisoned with Samuel's blood. This blood was killing us slowly, little by little, making us suffer. When they cut me with this blood I fell to the ground, immediately bleeding out. I waited for Ophis to come, but I saw how she threw herself on top of Jax, crying for him. After waking up from fainting I was in the dimensional gap, and in front of me a giant red dragon which then shrank and a red-haired man was seen. Issei, who are you? My name is Great Red. Well, you can call me Riot. Issei, Gra Great Red, the Dragon of Dreams. Why is it here? Because I am here. Riot, they brought you along with the new carrier of Drake to revive them. I did, but they already left happily with Jax and left you here. Issei, I see. Riot, how do you stand it? Issei, I have no idea why I'm still with them. I guess you can call me a masochist, or who knows. Riot, Brad, if one day you want I can train you. Issei, train me so that I have no strength for. Riot, no longer. When I revived you I did it with my flesh and the power of Ophis, the same thing I did with Jax, only with a difference. Issei, difference? Which one? Riot, I took Opha's power from him and gave it to you. Well, now all the power is yours. Look, try to concentrate power in your hand. Think of a power ball. Issei did so and took out a power sphere. Issei, seriously, I did this. Riot, exactly, now you have power, but I still notice something strange in you, although I still don't know what it is. Issei, I'll think about it suddenly. Riot, it's your decision now. If you want to come back, go through this portal and it will take you to Earth. Issei, thanks for everything. Riot, I owe you my life. Issei crossed the portal. Riot, when you decide to come, I will make you change. I will make you the best of all. Riot transformed into a dragon and continued flying through the gap. After Riot revived me, I continued in the same situation, receiving blows from other classmates at the academy for not being like Jax, or because their work was not delivered as they wanted. 5 months since what happened with Riot, I am still meditating on his proposal. And so we continue in the same. Issei, I better go. Well, look who it is. Issei, what do you want, Jax? Jax, don't talk to me in that useless loser tone. Issei, I already asked you what you want. Jax, haha, nothing, I just came to ask you how it feels that all the women you both are with me. Issei, do you find it funny? Jax, actually yes. Issei, what would happen if they found out that all their dates, their gifts, the strategies for the battles, that we won everything, absolutely everything, was my doing? Jax, you won't tell them anything, because if you do, consider yourself dead. Jax left from there. Issei, idiot. Issei walked to the entrance and saw how one of his companions was about to be run over. Kates, Murayama, be careful. Everyone saw how the girl was going to be run over, but Issei pushed her, and the impact of the vehicle was received by him. Kates, someone call an ambulance. Chapter 2, My Decision. Issei was lying on the floor covered in blood. Kates, someone call an ambulance. Murayama, he saved me, the pervert saved me. After 20 minutes the ambulance had taken Issei to the hospital. He arrived and immediately went into surgery. When it was over, a bandaged Issei could be seen on the bed. A portal opened and Riot came out. Riot, look, risking your life for an insignificant human who treated you like garbage just because of your physique, and the rumors that Jax spread was stupid, but you're still alive. I'll be back when you get up. Riot left there. After 4 days Issei woke up. Issei, where am I? Nurse, you're in the hospital, you had an accident. Issei, that's true, how long was I here? Nurse, 4 days. Issei, wow, someone came to see me. Nurse, I'm sorry, no one came. Issei, I understand. Nurse, with your permission. The nurse left. At that the same portal opened again. Riot, Issei. Issei, Riot, what are you doing here? Riot, you already made a decision. Issei, yes. Riot, then. Issei, I'll go with you to the dimensional gap anyway. There were only 6 days left to finish the academy and move on to second year. I have 8 months before the academy starts again. Riot, that's enough time. Well, you're fine now. Issei, yes. Riot, well, let's go. Riot opened the portal again, and Issei looked out the window. Issei, the next time I come back to this city I will destroy whoever messes with me. Issei crossed the portal with Riot, and they appeared in the dimensional gap. Issei, how will I train? Riot, well, first we'll do everything to lose those extra pounds you have, then I'll teach you everything I've learned in all these millions of years of life. Issei, if you know that we only have 8 months, right? Riot, in the human world yes, but here in the dimensional gap it would be 80 years. I choose the years that pass here. Issei, if you know that I will not live that long. Riot, that is why I will give you this to drink. Issei, what is that? Riot, this is the fountain of eternal life. Issei, fountain of eternal life, no one was supposed to have found it. Riot, yes, and the reason is that I took it. I was not going to let this object end up in the human world so that they try to kill themselves finding it, or yes. Issei, good point, and what do I do with it? Riot, Drink it, and you will be what it does. Issei drank it, and immediately began to grab his throat from what was burning. Issei, AAA, it hurts, AAA. After 10 minutes, Issei calmed down and got up. Issei, that hurts, but how do I know if I am already immortal? Riot, easy. Riot extended his fist and pierced Issei, making a huge hole in his chest. Issei, Riot, for why? Riot withdrew his fist and stood looking at him. Issei just stood there with the hole in his chest, but after 15 seconds his chest closed. Issei, what? No, I have nothing happened. Right, your body and your years of life are now non-existent. You will not die of old age until you want it, and you will not die from injury or poison, much less from an explosion. Issei, so I will not die, and haha, interesting. Well, what we will do to train? Riot, first I will take away that body, you will strengthen it, and you will change. You are ready. Issei, hi. Riot, good, first you will do push-ups, then planks, then you will run all over this field. Riot created a large training camp. Riot, you will start with that and gradually increase your exercises. You will eat what gives you fruit, vegetables, and protein. What do you need? I will give you sweets once a year. Choose well when you want them. Issei, good, let's begin. So Issei began his training. In the first 4 years he concentrated on his physique. Issei broke his bones training. He got tired, he drank water and continued. Little by little he began to notice the changes, and it was there that he did not rest. There were days in which he did not eat. He only took vitamins and trained until after the first 4 years his physique changed completely. The phrase that overflowed through his arms, legs, stomach, and back was no longer there. Instead, he had muscles and long legs and a profiled face. Imagine just the physique. Riot, this is a big change. Issei, I know, I didn't expect to see myself like this. I owe it to you, thank you. Riot. Riot, no, this change was thanks to you, to your effort. I only gave you that push that you needed. Issei, good, now what happens next? Riot, you will study for 8 years, etiquette, how to dress, and I will teach you as if I were your teacher. Not for nothing did I live for millions of years. Issei, well, let's start. In the 8 years, Riot taught him etiquette, how to dress, how to have an elegant hairdo, and taught him everything he knows: history, mathematics, physics, chemistry, everything. Issei could perfectly well be the most intelligent man in the world right now. He also taught him how to play musical instruments and sing. Issei, it's been 12 years, thanks to Riot, I have been able to change my attitude, my way of dressing, and acting. Issei, come on. Issei, what happened? Riot, I already taught you all the knowledge I acquired. Now if you're going to train in the areas of fighting and magic. Issei, fine, what will you teach me? Riot, I won't teach you, I'll teach you yourself. There's still a power in you that I don't know about. Issei, what don't you know? Riot, so that's when you remember when I told you that multiple dimensions exist. Issei, yes. Riot, well, when I was born I was not strong, I was a weak dragon like you. My parents left me aside because of the preference of my brothers, but one day a portal opened by our home. I went through the portal and reached the dimensional gap. At first I was scared, but then another portal opened, a dark one that did not let me escape, and I fell into another dimension. In this dimension there are huge monsters. I did not know what to do until my own fury made me unleash a power that I did not know or knew I had. Then I destroyed a monster. By doing so I felt that my strength increased, but I was only there for 2 days. My strength, magical power, resistance, size, everything increased in an unimaginable way. When I returned to my parents, I faced them and defeated them with 5 hits. Then I decided to leave home and travel around the world facing all the dragons I found, and I became the first dragon god. Issei, wow, I didn't know that. Root, I never told anyone. Now I want you to go to that dimension for 2 days and unleash your true power. Issei, good. Riot, good. Root makes a cut with his hands and the portal opens. Riot, just 2 days, try to kill every monster you find. Issei, good. Issei went through the portal. Riot, good luck. Issei. Issei went through the portal and began to fall from the sky to the ground. When Issei got up, he saw that it was a desert place with several mountains, but that everything was infested with monsters. Issei, these are the monsters, I must be careful or not. In that a monster behind him appeared, but this one was smaller. This one had huge wings and horns and was going to cut Issei with his claws, but Issei barely dodged it. Issei, this is dangerous, I have to retreat. I did not continue because from behind another monster also cut him diagonally from behind. Issei, damn. Issei hit the one in front and moved him away a little, but the other cut him again. Issei, I won't fall so easily. Issei hit these two monsters, but he could not do more damage to them, so after several cuts that Issei received, he fell to the ground. Issei, so what, will I die like this? And it's funny, enduring 16 years with all those ungrateful people, saving their lives on several occasions, and this is how I will end. No, I want to fall like this, no, like this, not here. Even if I cannot die, I swear that I would not lose again, no. Issei got up little by little while a fire came out of his body and completely enveloped him. Issei, I won't fall, hurry. Issei hit the monsters and burned their faces. After 15 minutes these monsters had died. Issei, damn, they are finally dead. This is my power, it is incredible, and not only that, by killing these monsters my strength increased even more. There are many more to kill. Issei launched himself against them. In the dimensional gap 2 days later. Riot, well, it's time for me to return. Riot opens the dimension again but could not pass it. Riot, what is happening? What does this mean? Riot entered for 20 minutes but could not do anything. Riot, it is impossible, you must check this. Riot checked because the entrance to the dimension of darkness was blocked. Riot, it is not possible. 2 months Issei survives. Time skip 2 months. Riot had finally been able to pass to the dimension. When he arrived, he saw that everything was empty, not like the time he went. Root, it is desolate. In that a giant tried to hit him. Riot, this thing is huge, even more than my dragonification. Then something comes down and shoots him in the neck. Just the suit and the 2 pistols. Issei, you didn't think I was going to let you escape, did you? Issei, 0 submachine gun. The monster disappeared. Riot, who are you? The man undid his suit. Issei, so quickly you forgot about me, Riot. Riot, Issei. Issei, it's been 2 long months, friend. Riot, let's go back. Riot and Issei returned to the dimensional gap. Riot, how did it go? Issei, well, first I'm hungry, I haven't eaten in 2 months. Riot makes food appear and Issei eats like crazy. Issei, if I haven't eaten well for a while. When the 2 days passed I thought you were going to come, so I waited, but you didn't arrive, so I continued killing those monsters. They were getting stronger. I was in trouble a couple of times at the beginning. The first 2 monsters almost defeated me, but I released a power I didn't know this allowed me to kill them. This fire that runs through my body is incredible. Riot looked curiously at the fire. Riot, Issei throws a punch in the stomach. Issei, are you sure? Root, yes, do it. Issei does it, and Riot flies away. Upon getting back up he knees again. Riot, as I expected. Issei, what do you mean? Riot, your magic which you have is harmful to dragons. It is a magic that I have not seen since the time of the dragons. Issei, what is it called? Riot, Drago Slayer. Issei, Dragon Slayer. Riot, in the ancient mythological era where dragons ruled the world, dragons were the only source of magic until the biblical god Elohim created humans. Dragons killed humans because they did not want to let them keep their lands, but there were other dragons who helped humans. They became friends. So to defend themselves, the dragons taught humans magic, Dragon Slayer magic. This magic that had been given to humans disappeared over time, and another bearer of said magic has not been seen again, well, until now. Issei, that means that I. Riot, you are the only Dragon Slayer. Tell me something that you improved so much in there. Issei, well, when I discovered my powers 8, I saw what abilities I could have, so I trained first with my fists, killing each of these monsters. Then I tried to fight with something else, so I imagined in the palm of my hand the most powerful weapons I know. Issei appears his guns. Issei, these weapons appeared at first, they didn't fire, so I thought they wouldn't work, but after adding fire to them they began to shoot a kind of fire rays. Riot, and the suit you had? Issei, that's my balance breaker. Riot, which one? Issei, balance breaker the wolf. Issei's suit appeared a single beam in his right eye and a coat suit. Riot, this balance breaker allows me to fire even more charges from my weapons. Riot, what are your weapons called? Issei, Lilanet and Blue Rose. Riot, well, since you have mastered all that, it's time for you to learn Dragonification. Issei, good. 67 years and 10 months have passed. Issei had learned Dragonification. At this moment Issei was fighting Riot. Riot, not bad brat, now let's finish this. Riot was blowing smoke until he grew into a dragon. Issei, I couldn't agree more. Issei also started to smoke. Issei and Riot had launched themselves at each other, biting each other, hitting and crashing. After 4 hours of fighting, Riot had finally failed. Issei, finally. Riot, that fight was good. I haven't fought like that in a long time, but it's time for you to come back. Issei, why don't you come to the human world? Riot, because I have to take care of other dimensions, boy. Issei, I understand, thanks for everything, Riot. Riot, thanks to you, Issei. Riot and Issei bumped fists. Issei, it's time to go back. Riot, Issei, wait, I just felt a large sum of power in the underworld, it's Loki. Issei, again that god, how was he released? Well, it doesn't matter, I'll go to the underworld. Riot, Issei. Issei, what? Riot, don't kill him. Issei, okay, I won't kill him. Issei opened a gap and left. Chapter 3, Repentance. Issei had teleported to the underworld. When he arrived, he saw the city of Lilith almost destroyed, several evil dragons in the skies and several renegade demons in the city. When he reached the center, he saw how the leaders were on the ground injured, his parents. All the girls he loved were also injured on the ground, but he saw something that bothered him. The people he still loves were lying on the ground. Jax, I'm sorry, Issei. Jax POV. Hello, my name is Jax Hayato. I am the security that currently exists. Since I was born, I have always had all the love of my parents. I have also obtained the recognition of all. Although everything has been a lie, I deceived my parents since I was little, since I have memories, making them believe that Issei broke things when it was me who broke them. Even so, Issei continued to trust me. After moving to high school, I made everyone believe that Issei was the one who hit the weak. Everyone stayed away from him. In the academy, I invented the rumor that Issei was a pervert, something that the students began to beat him. When we entered the supernatural world, I stole all the girls he loved just on a whim. Even the strategies in the battles that we had were his. I only stole them from him. Drake warned me several times not to do it, but I did not listen to him. I am ashamed. My brother only wanted a family, and I denied him that. End of POV. 2 hours before Issei arrived at the Hayato house were all the girls: Rias, Akeno, Irina, Zenobia, Kaneko, Asia, Valeria, Penemu, Seraphal, and Gabriel kissing Jax. Rias, Jax, couldn't you love me? Jax, of course you do. In that a magic circle appears from where Graphia comes out wounded with multiple cuts on her body. Rias, Graphia 1 Sama, what happened? Graphia, they are attacking the underworld, the entire alliance is there. Jax, get ready, we will finish off those bastards. Jax and everyone else made a magic circle and teleported to the underworld. Upon arriving, they saw that the leaders and allied factions were there. Gora, Surzek, we have arrived. Asami, let's heal everyone first. Surzek, it's good that they are already here. Jax, we need a plan immediately to counter the Chaos Brigade. Jax, if I have a plan to cure them, I will attack. Jax activated the balance breaker and launched himself against the enemies. 40 minutes later, the entire alliance was healed and launched themselves to attack. 1 hour later, everyone was wounded on the ground. Loki, ha 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 ha, they thought they could beat us. English, Loki, ha ha ha, pathetic inferior beings, but why didn't I lose like the last time? That must be why your little brother isn't here, or is Jax? Jax, me? Rias, what does Issei have to do with this? Loki, ha ha ha, you still don't tell them. Jax, for God's sake, after everything you did, how you treated him, how they treated him, and yet you still don't want to tell them. Jax was with his head down. Loki, fine, if you don't want to tell them, I'll show them this. Loki launched a hologram into the air where Jax and Issei were seen at school where Jax was hitting him. Issei, why are you hitting me? Weren't you supposed to be my brother? Jax, shut up, damn it, he was supposed to be 20 not 18. Issei, that's why I didn't know what else to do. Jax, shut up. Jax beat him until blood came out of his mouth. Loki, or why not better this? Loki shows him a video of where Issei planned the strategies and the battles they had. Jax, and then he quickly speaks idiot. Issei, confront the leader preventing him from continuing to recover his magic by the wizards. Jax, well if it doesn't work idiot I'll hit you back. Loki, or why not better this? Loki showed them a video where Issei had bought several gifts and had planned several things. Jax, give me that, you don't deserve girls like that, they should have a man like me. Jax takes the gifts from him and takes the notebook from him. Jax, so what were you thinking of taking them to these places, and haha, well now I'll take them. The girls looked at Jax crying. Rias, Jax, tell me it's not true. Jax didn't say anything and that made the girls confirm it, making them shed more tears. Loki, why don't they keep watching? In that they see a video of how Issei had returned home and greeted his parents, but they ignored him. He goes up to his room, but in the other room he sees how Jax and Reincarnation had relations. Azazel saw how Reincarnation cried and he looked at him disappointed. Loki, poor boy, had to go through a lot. His parents never behaved like ones with him. The girls he loved rejected him simply because of his physical appearance, even though he did everything possible for them to recognize him. You simply gave all the credit, Uncle Jax. Loki puts another video of each battle they had as Jax was kissed by the girls and Issei slowly left crying. Then he put a video of how Issei was beaten in front of everyone, but no one did anything to help him. Jax couldn't bear the guilt anymore and began to cry, asking for forgiveness. Loki continued and showed a video of Valeria, Jax's rival white dragon. The video was how she had rejected Issei by hitting him and telling him that he would never be better than Jax. After a few hours he saw how Valeria had relations with Jax, but they saw how he had a knife in his hand. Loki, this boy tried to commit suicide several times, but apparently not even death wants him with him. Loki shows another video. Issei, why live in this shitty life? Why continue here to see how everyone is happy except me? I'm tired. Issei cut his wrists and fell to the ground. Issei, I will finally be at peace. Issei closed his eyes, but they saw how a man called an ambulance, and then he left the hospital. Loki, but when he did, he really died. Loki shows them the video of when Jax and Issei were cut with Samuel's blood. Ophis, Jax-kun, please don't resist. While everyone approached him on video, everyone saw how they left Issei aside, and when they took them to Great Red they forgot about him, and only one soldier was kind enough to take him to the breach. Loki, Ophis, he taught you what love was, what feelings were when you knew nothing and you left him at his most terrible moment. You are a wretch, ha ha ha. Ophis just cried. Hades, because of his stupidity Issei almost died, for real idiots. Zeus, I can't believe you did that to Issei. Aphrodite, he gave everything for you and you didn't give him back even a little. Athena, I don't know which disappoints me more, the fact that you believed all his lies to Jax or the fact that you never behaved like parents to him. Nyx, he deserved better than you. Loki, fine, I'll be pathetic, it's time for you to die. Loki, Ragnarok. Everyone tried to stand up but no one could. Jax, forgive me, I'm sorry. Issei. Everyone waited for their end but Ragnarok stopped. Loki, what happened? Issei, hello again Loki. Loki, who are you? Issei, who I am, that doesn't matter to you, now stop all this. Loki, that will never happen, I don't know who you are, but nobody messes with me, a god. Issei, well, let's see what you have. Loki, army, kill him. Loki had sent the renegade demons and evil dragons that were there to kill him. Issei, balance breaker the wolf. Issei quickly launched a burst of zeros. Issei, zero submachine gun. Several bursts of attacks had come out of Issei's two pistols, exterminating Loki's entire army. Loki, it's impossible. Issei, It's over, Loki. Loki, no, it's impossible, I won't lose again, Jormungandr. A gigantic magic circle opened from where the world serpent Jormungandr came out. Odin, or not Jormungandr. Hades, it's huge, I've never seen it in person. Michael, we're lost. Issei simply looked at Jormungandr's head. Loki, Jormungandr, kill him. Jormungandr tried to eat it, but Issei dodged it. Issei, I guess I'll have to be a little more serious. Issei released smoke that spread to cover Jormungandr, and then he was seen. Issei in his dragon form matched Jormungandr's size completely. Issei threw a punch at him wrapped in Dragon Slayer magic that sent Jormungandr away, but he didn't let him and headbutted him. Issei took a few steps back and then pushed him and grabbed him by the mouth and slammed him against the floor. Issei, I think you were going to put up more of a fight, but I saw that it wasn't like that. This is over. Enrya no Hoku. Issei had launched a flame that ended up hitting Jormungandr full on. When the explosion of fire dissipated, he could be seen on the bloody ground. Issei, I'm not going to kill you, but from now on he will be loyal to me. Issei threw green fire on Jormungandr, which ended up healing him. Loki, ha, idiot, Jormungandr already healed you, kill him now. It didn't end because Jormungandr had signed a deal with Issei, and he had entered a magic circle. Issei, now Jormungandr is my familiar, and I will protect him from people who only see others for power. Loki, damn you, give me back. Issei, Doran's cursed prison seal. Loki was sealed in a sphere that froze him. Issei, that's it. Issei saw the city destroyed and years of injured citizens. Issei, I have to do everything myself. Issei released his green flames throughout the city, healing the citizens and soldiers and the entire alliance, and then released a white fire that repaired the damage caused by the battle. Everyone was surprised to see the city rebuilt and the citizens healed. Issei, I'm done here. Surzak, wait, who are you? Issei, that's none of your business, demon. Issei looked at him indifferently, and then opened a gap and crossed it. Chapter 4, Looking for You. It had been 2 days since Issei had saved the Alliance. After that there was a meeting. Surzak, well, this meeting is to find out who the mysterious dragon is that saved us. Azazel, he was strong enough to defeat Jormungandr and make him his familiar. Odin, he also made a signal for Loki to check. It is almost impossible for someone to free him. Michael, so strong is the spell. Odin, if not, I know how he did it. Zeus, it would be best to look for him. We do not want to know what he would do if he is an enemy. Hades, now where is Issei? Surzak, we have searched for him in the human world, but we have not found him. From what we investigated, the last time he was seen was in the hospital after he was run over, but he was not there. According to the nurse, he disappeared from there before he was discharged. Odin, oh, and with Jax. Surzak, my sister and the others have left him. He told them that he was not in love with them, that he was only with them so that Issei would not have anyone. Zeus, how far can the greed of a demon go? Surzak, don't allow him. Hades, you have no right to not allow us anything, us along with Odin, if we trusted Issei, since he told us everything and how he planned the strategies we used in battle, and even if he told them something, they only made fun of him for his physical appearance like his own parents. How can you live after knowing that you rejected your son Goro Asami? Asami, I just want to find my son and give him the love that I couldn't. Goro, we just want to know if he's okay. Hades, when we find him, he will go to Olympus with us. He will not stay with you. Issei will join our faction. Surzak, Issei will join the biblical factions. He will not go to Olympus. Hades, oh brat, don't you understand? I still treated Issei like a son, and he saw me like a father. That's why I'll take him with me. I won't leave him with you to be humiliated more for his physical appearance. You should be ashamed of seeing the worth of a boy only for his physique and not for his intelligence, spirit, or heart. Everyone was surprised because they didn't expect Hades to speak that way about Issei. Azazel, instead of continuing to fight, let's find him. How Loki spoke, the Chaos Brigade must be looking for him to steal information from him. Michael, let's keep looking. In the Gremry mansion in a room you could see all the girls: Penemu, Serafal, Gabriel, Rias, Akeno, Asia, Kaneko, Zenobia, Irina and Valeria, crying, remembering how they treated the only man who loved them for what they were, and not for what they had. Rias, Issei, where are you? Forgive me. Akeno, I'm sorry Issei. Kaneko, forgive me senpai. Valeria, I am a monster, how could I do that to you? Issei, forgive me. Serafal, forgive me Issei. Gabriel, I rejected a soul as noble as you. Issei, forgive me. Asia, forgive me Issei-kun. Zenobia, I'm sorry Issei. Ophis, forgive me Issei. They all cried for days until classes started again, and they had to return to the human world. Time skipped 4 days. What had happened to Issei in these 6 days? Well, Issei, when he arrived in the human world, had bought a house. Riot gave him a card with unlimited money. Issei bought a house, a motorcycle and a car. Issei had been shopping for clothes these days and finishing getting a few things ready. It was a new day and Issei had left on his motorcycle to the academy. When he arrived, everyone saw his motorcycle and wondered who he was when he took off his helmet. When he did so, everyone saw it. White hair marked with a profiled face, the women were blushing and the men were annoyed, saying, another new pretty boy. Issei ignored everyone and entered his classroom. Upon entering, he sits in a new place next to the window. The teacher enters and takes attendance until he arrives and says, Teacher, hi to Issei. Issei, present. Everyone saw who answered and were extremely surprised to see that the one everyone thought was the new boy was actually Haida Issei. Who were most surprised were the church trio Asia, Zenobia and Irina. Everyone, yeah. Teacher, young Haida, it's nice to see you again. Issei, whatever. Issei just looked out the window. The teacher finished taking attendance and started his class. Issei simply looked at the window when the teacher called him. Teacher, young Haida, since I see you are very attentive, why don't you come and solve this exercise? Issei simply stood up, grabbed the chalk and solved the exercise and sat back down. The teacher saw that it was solved well and continued his class until recess time came. Issei. He went out to the cafeteria and asked for water. He received his bottle and went out to the field where he sat down and watched the soccer players play. Issei, it's annoying to have everyone's gaze. Then a boy from behind hugged him. Student, hello Issei. Issei, get lost, useless. Issei got up and walked to leave the field, but the same boy grabbed him by the shoulder. Student, where do you think you're going? Even though you've changed your appearance, you'll still do my homework, you understand? You're still my pig. Issei grabbed him by the shoulder and slammed him into a wall. Issei, listen to me well, you useless bastard. If you come near me again or even think about talking to me, I won't be as kind as I am now, but I will break every bone you have and I will smash them to pieces. Do you understand? The boy was scared. Issei, I said, do you understand? Student, yes, yes. Issei, good. Issei let go of him in front of the gaze of everyone who was there and left. With Asia and the others, they had seen everything and ran happily towards the occult club. When they arrived, they saw that Rias and the others were there with Sona and Tsubaki, and their entourage standing there talking sadly. Asia, Rias, Bucho. Rias, what happened? Asia. Irina, it's Issei. Rias, they found him where he is. Zenobia, he's here at the academy. Sona, at last we can see him. Tsubaki, and be with him. Akeno, my cute kohai, at last. Asia, but he changed. Rias, Bucho. Rias, he changed. How did he change? Irina shows him a memory of what Issei looked like now. Rias, he's the one who saved us in the underworld. Then he was Issei. Asia, yes. Rias, Kiba. Kiba, yes, Bucho. Rias, bring my Issei with me. Kiba, hi. Rias, and you're not going to say anything, Jax? Jax, just apologize to my brother, that's all, President. Rias and the others looked at him with hatred. Issei was entering his classroom when Kiba enters and speaks to him. Kiba, Issei-san, could you accompany me to the occult club, please? Issei, no. Kiba, Sorry, please, I insist that you accompany me. Issei, listen to me, well, you imbecile blonde, I'm not going to accompany you, and tell your mistress that I don't want to see her, you understand, now get out. Kiba left from there. Everyone saw how Issei yelled at Kiba and he left. Kates, hey, why did you yell at our prince? What do you think you are? Issei, shut up, your voice irritates me. Kates fell silent at what Issei said to her. Issei sat down and a teacher that everyone knew entered. Issei Ross. Ross called roll call, and when he said Issei's name he thought no one would answer because they didn't know where he was. Ross, hi to Issei. Issei present. Ross quickly searched for the voice until he saw him, white hair and a profiled face. At first he hesitated, he didn't think it was him, but something in his heart told him it was. Rossweiss finished the roll call and began her classes, and after finishing them all the students left the classroom except for Issei. Issei, it's been a while, Rossweiss. Ross, Issei, where have you been? How have you been? Issei, calm down, I'm fine, I just decided to leave for a few months to train. Rossweiss, why didn't you take me with you? Issei, you have your life in Asgard and I know how much you love Asgard. I wouldn't take you away from your home just for me. Rossweiss, Issei. Issei, well, I have to go, see you tomorrow, Rossweiss sensei. Issei left there, leaving Ross headed towards the exit. When he arrived he saw how the student who bothered him and had made him do his homework for years was waiting for him with students from older years. Issei, I think I told you clearly that I didn't want to see you again. Student, now brother, he was the one who pushed and hit me. Student 3, so you were the one who hit my little brother. Issei, your brother asked for it, now if you'll excuse me I'm leaving. Issei passed by him, but the third-year student grabbed him by the shoulder and pushed him. Student 3, you're not leaving here. The student took out one bat and the other metal knuckles. Issei, and I wanted to leave without getting into trouble. One of the students was going to hit him, but Issei grabs him by the wrist and kicks him in the stomach, sending him into a tree. The others also tried to attack him. Issei easily grabbed them by the knuckles and dodged them away. There was one who wanted to kick him, but Issei grabbed him. And he slammed him against the ground. The brother of the one who was bothering him hit him, but when he hit his body it broke. Student 3, ha, damn, that must have hurt. Issei, what are you saying? I didn't feel anything, that's all good. Issei kicked him in the stomach that sent him against the wall. Everyone was on the ground in pain from the beating Issei had given them. Issei, that's all. Student 3, rot. Issei, you're a basketball player, right? What would happen if I broke your arm? Student 3, no, you wouldn't do it, you're not like that. You were a chubby guy who treated everyone well. Issei, that was the me before, but now he swore that he would never let them bother him again. Issei grabbed his arm and broke it. Student 3, Issei walked alongside his little brother. Student, you are a monster. Issei, yes, you could say that now. I hope that with this it is clear to you that you do not bother me again. Oh, that broken arm of your brother and his friends who are lying there like garbage is your fault. You brought them, and if you want you can bring more to see if I have fun breaking their arms. Do not bother me again. Issei got on his motorcycle and left. Next to the students who saw everything in disbelief was Jax. Jack's brother? Drake. Apparently he became someone without mercy. Jax, I have to fix this. Issei was on his motorcycle about to leave the academy, but at the entrance he sees the people he once loved and did not want to see again. Issei, what do you want? I have to go. Rias, Issei, please let's talk for a moment. Issei, we have nothing to talk about, at least not me now, if you excuse me. Sona, Issei, please. Issei, as I told you, I have nothing to talk to you about, just as I never had a right over you, as I could never be with you for not being able to make the change that I should have made a long time ago. You never looked at me as a person, you looked at me as if I were a monster, an aberration. Your rejection did not hurt me so much. I would have accepted the rejection, but what hurt was how they told me I would not be with you because you are fat. Apart from you are ugly. Your brother Jax is better. Well, if Jax is better than me, going with him. Gabriel, we broke up with Jax. Issei, and that's because Valeria, Loki showed us who gave us those gifts, who planned the dates, who made the strategies was you. Issei, I see well that it doesn't matter anymore. If you excuse me, I have to go eat. Rias, have lunch with us. Issei, sorry, I have lunch alone, goodbye. Issei started his bike, but someone crossed. Office, Issei, please. Issei, let's see, I'm trying to be nice, but no more, I can't with you who want me to tell you that I still love you, because it's not true. I don't feel anything for you anymore, not even a shred of love. You want me to tell you the truth. When I met you, I thought you were different from all the others about you, Rias. I always looked at you for whom you were, a beautiful, intelligent, dedicated girl, you know, who gave her arm as a tribute so that Jax could gain more power. It was me. You sound like a beautiful, intelligent girl with a great desire to create an academy for demons, regardless of whether they were high class or not. To you, Akeno accepted you regardless of your race, fallen or not. You seemed beautiful to me, a brave girl, a little masochistic, but that it didn't matter to me. To you, Asia, I saved you from the fallen. I took you to my parents' house, where apparently they loved you more than me, being their own blood. To you, Zenobia, I gave you the courage to achieve another goal. That's how you got to where Rias was. To you, Irina, the promise we made as children, you didn't make it with Jax, you made it with me, but you believed him. To you, Seraphal, you were a great Mao and a beautiful magical girl. That was what I thought of you, was I wanted you to smile at every moment. To you, Penemu, I helped you make your work less complicated so that you could have friends, since everyone thought you were boring. To you, Gabriel, I made you read my heart. I never cared about your beauty or your power, I cared about you, Gabriel, only you, but I was not what you wanted. To you, Valeria, I loved you so much that I would have given my life for you. Well, in fact I did. When the Cows Brigade attacked Ophis, the dagger with Samuel's blood was heading towards you, and I was the one who got in the way. Even so, you went with Jax. Besides that, when I confessed to you what I felt, I was simply rejected by you in the most painful way, and then I saw how you and Jax had relationships like rabbits in the forest. To you, Ophis, I taught you what feelings were, the emotions that you lost a long time ago. I taught you what friendship was, but still, after having done all that for you, when I almost died, you went with Jax. Each and every one of you made their decision. You preferred Jax, that was their decision, and I didn't care. As long as you were happy, I was happy. Now look at us here, everything we lived through, what it led us to. On my part, one don't want anything with any of you, either could I have something with you. I hate you with all my being and all my soul, and I curse myself, damn it, because even despite everything that happened because of you, all the contempt, all the insults, I still feel something for you, but that's over. Everything dies here, the story we had ends. I don't plan on continuing to live in the past. Goodbye. Issei quickly started his bike while the girls watched him walk away. They all tried to scream, but no one could because the tears prevented them from doing so, until after 4 seconds they all screamed. All Issei. Chapter 5, Seeking Your Forgiveness. Issei had already arrived home, went up to his room and changed clothes, tied a grilled salad and then changed into sports clothes. And he went out to run through the city. The people who saw him fell in love with him for his beauty and physique. When Issei returned home, he bathed and changed to go out. Issei was driving down the street when he saw a mall. He decided to go see. What he didn't realize was that they were following him were Rias and Sona. They saw her when she was passing over a bridge and decided to follow her. When they did, they saw how she entered the mall and began to enter and buy in the stores. When she left her purchases in her car and then entered a bar, Issei had sat down and ordered a whiskey. Waiter, what can I get you? Issei, bring me a whiskey. The waiter served him a glass and he began to drink slowly. He was calm until a girl approached him. Woman, what is a boy like you doing in a place like this? Issei, drinking quietly. Woman, and you don't prefer me to accompany you? Issei, I'm better off alone. Woman, you are a bit boring. Issei, they already told me that. Woman, my name is Yumi, nice to meet you. Issei Hayadu. Yumi, well, if you don't mind, I could have a drink with you. Issei, if that's what you want. Yumi sat in front of Issei while Rias and Sona watched them. After 3 hours, Issei left the bar with Yumi in his arms. Yumi, Issei, piggyback me, yeah. Issei, oh, you can handle a few drinks, Yumi. Yumi, you mean to me? Issei, come on, I'll take you home. Issei got into his car with Yumi and drove to her house, being followed by Rias and Sona, who used their wings without anyone noticing. Issei, okay Yumi, we are already at your house. At the door comes out a lady and an upset boy. Lady Yumi? Boy Yumi, damn, who are you? Issei, Yumi got too drunk while we were drinking at a bar, I only brought her. Boy, yeah, well, I don't believe you. The boy tried to hit Issei, but he grabbed his fist. Issei, before trying to hit someone, first learn if your enemy knows how to defend themselves or not. I don't plan on fighting you. I brought Yumi. Who are you? Boy, I'm her boyfriend. Yumi, you and I are nothing. You cheated on me. Boy, that was a mistake. Yumi, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Yumi, I don't believe you and I don't want to see you again. Boy, listen to me carefully. You are mine. The boy tried to record her. But Issei with his hand moved the boy's hand away. Issei, get away from her. She already said she doesn't want to get close to you. Boy, you don't get involved. The boy takes out a knife. Issei, calm down. Boy, no, she's mine, and if she's not mine, she won't be anyone's. The boy tried to stab the girl, but Issei grabbed him by the wrist. Issei, you're a sick bastard. Look at you, killing a girl just because she left you for an infidelity that you committed. You're an idiot. Issei punched him in the face and hit him again to knock him out. Issei called the police. They arrived and took the boy away. Issei, are you okay? Yumi, yes, thank you. Issei, he won't bother you again. I'll have him locked up for life. Lady, thank you for helping my young daughter. Issei, don't worry. Try to rest Yumi. I have to go home. Issei had gotten into his car and arrived at his house. Rias and Sona, seeing their house, were surprised. Issei, you're tired of following me? Rias, Sona. Rias and Sona come out from one side. Rias, Issei. Issei, what do you want here specifically? I told you that I wanted nothing to do with you. Sona, Issei, we know you're upset with us. Issei, I think being upset is an understatement. Now what do you want? Rias, we just wanted to tell you that tomorrow there will be an alliance meeting. Issei and Sona, you must go since you stopped Loki. Issei, okay, I'll go now, you can go. Rias and Sona were walking away. Rias, maybe you don't believe us now. Sona, but we really regret not being able to realize. Rias, that the only man who truly loved us was you. Sona, we just want your forgiveness, and we want to be with you even if it's difficult now. We won't rest until you fall in love with us like you did the first time. Issei, do whatever you want. Issei entered his house and his heart began to hurt. Issei, damn it again, no, don't open your heart again, not again, not again. Issei calmed down and went up to his room. The next day Issei had entered the academy, and upon entering his classroom Murayama approached him. Murayama, good morning. Issei. Issei, yes, good morning. Murayama, thank you. Issei, thank you, why? Murayama, for saving me from the vehicle. Issei, it was you, I didn't know it was good at all, now get away from me. Murayama was shocked by Issei's cold attitude. Kates, hey, why are you treating her like that? She's thanking you. Issei, and that's for me. Murayama, Kates, calm down. Kates, not on top of that you thank him. Issei, do you want me to be honest with you? If I knew that it was you who was in danger, I would not have risked my life. In fact, for anyone in this damn academy I would have done it, but my feet reacted on their own. Everyone was in shock. Issei, but why are you surprised? Tell me why I would risk my life for students of an academy that treated me like garbage and an aberration. And I remind you, Kates and Murayama, that they hit me with wooden swords. They hit me because they thought I was the one spying on them, when in reality it was others who did it. I simply had the bad luck of being right in those places at the wrong time. Well, what can be done now? Leave me alone, it's clear. They agreed. Issei, good. Issei sat in his place when Ross Weiss entered to teach. Ross, okay, pack your bags, we're going to the theater room. They want all the classrooms to prepare something for the spring festival, whether it be singing, acting, whatever. Everyone was excited except Issei. Then everyone walked to the theater room. Ross, okay, now form groups of 2 and think and come up with something we can do. Everyone formed groups except Issei, since there were 31 students. Ross, Issei you can form a group with. Issei, I'm fine doing it, besides I already know what I'm going to do. Ross, seriously, and what is it? Issei, you'll know when the day of the party comes. Ross, Issei-kun, you are bad. Issei, haha, sorry. Issei felt tightness in his chest again. Issei, mind control yourself. Issei stopped feeling the tightness. It had been 2 hours since the students had arrived at the theater. Murayama, we already decided what we are going to do, Ross wise sensei. Ross, seriously, and what are you going to do? K-Tace, we will do an acting. Ross, good, and what play are you going to perform? Murayama, we will do Harry Potter. Ross, good, although I don't think the Academy has the budget for such a play. That's when the director comes in. Director, okay, Professor Rossweiss, you've already decided what you want to do. Ross, yes, we'll do an act, although I don't think there's enough money to do the Harry Potter play. Director, no, it won't have to be another play. With the expenses of the sports and arts clubs, it won't be enough. Everyone gets discouraged. Issei, Director, can I talk to you alone for a moment? Director, of course, no problem. Issei and the director went to the side of the theater. Director, well, what did you want to talk to me about, young Issei? Issei, what would happen if I gave you enough money to finance the spring festival? Would you let my class do the play? Director, if so, yes, but how much money would you take out? Issei took out his cell phone and a message arrived to the director. Director, $500,000. Issei, with that I think it's more than enough, or not, Director? Director, yes. Issei, well, now tell them the news, I'm going to see something over there. Issei lay down on the floor of the locker room. The principal approached the 2A students and told them they could do the play. They screamed in excitement, but Ross went into the locker room. Ross, to be so cold with all the students, you are very good. Issei, so you know it was me. Ross, who else would do it? Issei, what happened to you? Issei, I changed. Ross, for better or worse, I had to. Ross, I don't think so. Issei, what? Ross, I think you are still that kind boy who always protected everyone despite what others did to him. I'm not saying that you should let them continue doing what they did to you, but you still continue helping everyone. Issei, some things never change. Ross, that's the best thing about you, you are kind and affectionate. You were already beautiful because you had an aura of kindness that generated peace and calm. That's why. Issei. Ross, that's why I fell in love with you. Issei blushed. Issei, what did you say, Ross? Ross, that I'm in love with you. Issei, Ross, don't me. Ross silences Issei with a kiss. After a few seconds, Issei returned the kiss. 4 minutes later, they separated due to lack of air. Issei, pink me. Ross, I love you, Issei. Issei, I wish I could say the same. Ross was surprised. Issei, I fell in love with you when I met you, although I never told you because I was already afraid of being rejected, so I decided not to say anything. That was before going to train with Riot. Ross, Riot? Issei, Big Red, that's why I disappeared for 8 months. Ross opened his eyes. Issei, when he revived me and everyone left, he gave me the opportunity to train with him. I told him I would think about it, but after I got run over, I decided to accept. First he made me work on my body, then he sent me to a dimension of powerful monsters where they forced me to unleash my true power. When I returned after 2 months, I trained for 67 more years. Ross, how? Issei, the dimensional gap does not respect time. When I returned, Riot trained me in defense magic and everything I had acquired during the millions of years he has been alive until the last day we fought, and in the end I managed to win, but 6 years before that my body weakened and I started to vomit blood. Riot quickly brought me some medicinal drinks. When I drank them, I felt better and asked Riot what was wrong with me. When he answered, he told me that I had the dragon fall, the fall of the dragon. When I was reborn with the body of Great Red, I became 100% dragon. Ross, what is the dragon fall? Issei, when a dragon is rejected by a female or is deceived by her, you get the dragon fall, your blood slowly turns into poison and kills you little by little. In my case, the rejection of the girls and the disappointment of Reincarnation and Valeria made the process accelerate. Ross, what did you do then? Issei, Riot proposed to seal all my emotions. That would make my heart not feel anything for anyone. That is why I cannot tell you that I love you, because even if I have reciprocated the kiss, even if I have blushed, I don't feel it. Ross, Issei. Rosa hugs Issei and he too. Ross, I will make you recover your emotions. Issei released a simple tear from his left eye and fell asleep in Ross's arms. Ross, first Issei, I will make you recover your emotions and your feelings. I will not let anyone hurt you again. 10 minutes later, Issei had gotten up and was walking with Rosa towards the classroom. It had already been 6 hours since Issei kissed Ross. It was already 8 at night, and Issei was entering the academy. Upon entering, he heads towards the hidden club where he sees Grafia waiting at the door. Grafia, Issei Kunyo. Issei, save it all, Queen Gremory. Let's go in because I want to finish this as soon as possible. Grafia lowers her head and they enter. Upon entering, they see all the leaders and companions at the table. Issei, good evening, faction leaders. Chapter 6, Meeting of Factions. Issei, good evening, faction leaders. Everyone saw it. Surzek, Issei, it's good that you're here. Issei, why did they want me at this meeting? Odin, you stopped Loki and locked him up, you had to be here. Issei, I don't care about that, why did you call me? Azazel, actually Brat, we wanted to apologize to you. Issei, I'll ask you one more time, you damn idiots, what do you want from me? Surzek, we need your help against the Cows Brigade. Issei, we finally speak the truth. Gora, Issei, what is that behavior? I didn't raise you like that. Issei, you're right, you never raised me, I raised myself since I can remember. Asami, Issei, don't say that to us. Issei, you who were there for me, please were never there for me, the only son you fathered was Jax because I am not your son. Asami and Gora lowered their heads crying. Zeus, it's been a while, Issei. Issei, it seems like Uncle Zeus. Zeus, there's someone who wants to see you. Zeus steps aside. Hades, hello Issei. Issei, hello father. Issei hugged Hades, leaving everyone surprised. Hades, where have you been? Hades hit him on the head. Issei, sorry, I was training. Hades, good to see you well, Issei. Issei, same here father, how has everyone been in Greece? Hades, good, some problems with the Cows Brigade. Issei, yes, I know this organization has become stronger. Hades, where have you been these 8 months are? Issei, in the dimensional gap training with Great Red. Everyone opened their eyes except Ross. Hades, with Great Red. Issei, yes, training with Riot was difficult, but I achieved what was hidden inside me all these years, my true power. Michael, Issei, I know it hurts you not to have received any merit or thanks, but Jax told us. Issei, Jax invented many things before you were too stupid to believe them. Despite everything I tried to do to save you, the only ones who really saw my worth were my father Hades and the Olympic faction. Seraphal, Issei-chan, I know we hurt you a lot, but... Issei, it was much more than that, Mao Leviathan, because of him I almost died. Everyone opened their eyes and Ross approached Issei and grabbed his hand. Issei, when I was training with Riot a few years before finishing. Hades, Issei, like years before. Issei, in the dimensional gap there are no rules, so time passes differently. 8 months here would be 80 years. Okay, when I was training I felt my body weaken, I felt weak without strength, then I started to spit a lot of blood from my mouth. I didn't know what I had until Riot told me that I had Dragon Fall, the fall of the dragon. Some when they heard this they were surprised, others heard strange. Asia, excuse me, but what is Dragon Fall? Azazel, Dragon Fall, better known as the fall of the dragon. Surzek, it is a disease that affects dragons who are rejected, abandoned, forgotten, and or deceived. Their blood becomes poison that slowly kills them little by little. Michael, but then how? Issei, I sealed my heart Riot, and I'd put several seals on my heart to seal my emotions and feelings. I don't feel pain, I don't feel sadness, I don't feel anything good, almost nothing. Ross is making me feel emotions again, and I thank him. Azazel, if they sealed all your emotions, then that means that. Issei, I'm like Ophis when she understood emotions, but I have. Ross, she's with me and she's helping me, so not only did they hurt me, Leviathan, but they almost killed me. Everyone fell silent. Issei, now regarding the Cows Brigade, I will help because I still have people I want in this alliance, but I will not be called to do their dirty work. I will go on the highest risk missions. I alone am clear. Odin, okay. Issei, good. At that, a guard runs in. Soldier, my lord Zeus. Zeus, what happened? Soldier, my lord, the Cows Brigade is attacking Sparta, sir. Zeus, and the gods. Soldier, they are already there, sir, but there are too many. I don't think we can resist. Zeus, let's go there. Issei, the Spartan soldiers will hold out, but not for long. It will take us 2 hours to get there in a magic circle. Hades, what are we going to do? Issei, let's go now. Issei took out his gun and shot the wall, which opened a hole. Issei, cross ask while you run. Issei crossed the portal, as did everyone else. Upon entering, they saw that everything around was dark and there was a white-blue path that emerged. While Issei stepped on it, everyone began to run after it. Azazel, Issei, what is this? Issei, this is called the Garganta. It is a portal that is created by tearing space. This will take us to Sparta in 5 minutes. Issei ran even faster, followed by the others, so that they then left the gorge and appeared in Sparta. Sirzek, everything looks very peaceful. Hades, this is modern Sparta. Humans have no knowledge of what is inside them. Issei extends his fist and a door flows out, which when crossed takes them to the real Sparta. The place was huge, but look how at the north gate you could see a large army facing the Cows Brigade. Sirzek, how come they haven't fallen yet? Issei, it's because of their leader Leonidas. Issei, if that bastard doesn't die, the others won't either. Let's go. They won't be able to finish them off alone. Everyone quickly arrived at the war room, where they saw the wounded gods. Ares, father. Zeus, Ares, what is the situation? Ares, the Spartans have managed to repel the attack, but more soldiers arrived from the north. We tried to repel them, but there were too many evil dragons. Zeus, and Hermes. Ares, father, was captured. Zeus, damn it. Issei, Uncle Zeus, father, I will go to finish off those evil dragons, and the army of the Cows Brigade will help me get rid of my boredom. Hades, good. Gora, no, Issei, you are not going alone. It is dangerous. You will not go. Asami, they can kill you, son. Issei, first I will go because that is what I decide. Second, do not call me son again. And third, I am not as weak as you. Issei left the war campaign. Ares, father, did they say Issei? Zeus, yes, Aria, he is Issei. Ares, wow, that has changed a lot. Zeus, Ares, and where are Aphrodite, Athena, and Nyx? Ares, they are fighting too. Hades, show us the battle. On a giant screen, the Spartans were seen repelling the Cows Brigade. Leonidas, don't give up, Spartans. This is what we live for. We were born for Sparta. Soldiers for Sparta. Evil dragons, finish them off. Chapter 7, Issei vs. Erebus. The battle had begun. The Cows Brigade against the Spartans. They held out and killed whoever they could. Athena, Leonidas, we will not be able to hold out any longer. Nyx, in addition, they took Hermes. They must have taken all the weapons he brought us. Aphrodite, we must do something else. Leonidas, hold on, Spartans, you are ready to die. Spartans, yes. Leonidas, until death. Leonidas breaks the Cows Brigade barrier and attacks their army, but evil dragons began to fall, burning most of them. Almost everyone was on the ground, some with large wounds, others without magic. While an army of dragons was about to finish off Leonidas. Leonidas for Sparta. Leonidas had launched himself against the dragons. Issei, zero machine gun. Several beams of magical energy had made the dragons disappear. Issei, I didn't think you would fall so quickly, Leonidas. Leonidas, who are you? Issei, you so quickly forgot your sworn brother. Leonidas, Issei. Issei, rest for a while, it's my turn. Glorious burst. In the sky, several magic circles appeared one on top of the other, so that an explosion would occur later. As the smoke and the explosion radius cleared, several Chaos Brigade soldiers could be seen lying dead on the ground. Sirzek, how is that destruction possible? Azazel, in a single attack. Zeus, Issei has become very strong. Hades. Hades, I know. Issei, Spartans, let's fight to the end, fight together. Spartans, oh. Issei, we are warriors born for battle. Soldiers Leonidas, Issei, Aphrodite, Athena, and Nyx had once again launched themselves into battle. Issei, fire tornado. Several fire tornadoes had appeared at the location of the Chaos Brigade army. Soldiers, AAA. Spartans, AAA. The Spartans were pushing back the Chaos Brigade. Issei, this brings back memories. Leonidas, it's like when we fought the Hecatonkar, right? Issei, exactly, only in that fight would it have lasted longer. Leonidas, the Hecatonkar sent you to the ground. I don't even know how you got out of that alive. Issei, what can I say? Not even death wants me by his side. Leonidas hit 5 enemies with his shield. Issei, let's end this. Leonidas, I agree. Issei, 0 machine gun. Leonidas, Fury of Sparta. Issei had launched a flurry of attacks while Leonidas had unleashed the Fury of Sparta. His body was enveloped in a red energy until he concentrated the energy on his spear, throwing it away and destroying the enemies. Most of the Chaos Brigade army were dead and others were trying to escape. Issei, where is Hermes? Leonidas, he was taken to that place along with other Spartans. Issei looks and sees a castle. Issei, well, let's prepare the siege. Leonidas, some casualties, soldiers. Spartan, we have multiple wounded who are already being treated, but sir, there is one who. Leonidas, where is he? The Spartan took Leonidas and Issei to the Spartan who was lying on the ground with his arm broken where the bone was visible. Spartan, sir, he's here. I lost. Why do you see me like this? Leonidas, don't worry. Spartan, sir, the doctors informed me that he will not survive. Leonidas, a Spartan, you are a great warrior. Spartan, thank you, sir. The Spartan was on the ground bleeding to death. Issei, AAA, they have to start distributing Phoenix tears, we need more. Issei approached with his hand wrapped in blue fire. Issei, calm down, you'll be fine. Issei wrapped the Spartan's body and everyone watched as his bone recomposed itself as it healed until he recovered and stood up. Spartan, what happened? Issei, calm down, get up, you still have a lot to fight for. Issei, let's go to the meeting room, we must plan the siege. Issei and Leonidas returned to the meeting room. Leonidas saw his wife and hugged her. Leonidas, Nero, how are you? English, Nero, calm down my love, I'm fine. Zeus, fine, let's go destroy that castle. Issei, you guys prepare the siege, I'll rescue Hermes and the other captured Spartans. Hades, how? Issei, I'll sneak around one side of the castle completely suppressing my magic to go into stealth and find out where they're keeping the prisoners to prevent them from being used as bait. Hades, fine, this mission is authorized. Leonidas, the rest of us will prepare the attack against their army. Leonidas, fine, it's time to crush those bastards. Timeskip 2H. Issei was entering the castle posing as a soldier. Upon entering, he begins to sneak until he reaches a giant room. Prepare everything to repel the attack. I want you to kill those Spartans, understood? Soldiers, yes, sir. Issei, Erebus. Erebus, quickly move, we don't have all day, and bring the prisoners, we will use them as bait. Erebus sent a soldier to bring the hostages without knowing that Issei was following him. The soldier, upon reaching the cells, is knocked out by Issei so that he can then break the cells. Hermes, who are you? Issei, I am an ally and I have come to get them out of here. Hermes, I have never seen you. Issei, I used to be a fat man who ate everything he found. Hermes, Issei. Issei, it's been a while, Hermes. Hermes hugs Issei. Hermes, Issei, it's good to see you again. Then an explosion rocks the castle. Issei, same here, now let's get out of here. Issei created a magic circle and took everyone away. Outside, the siege of the castle has already begun. Soldiers, attack! Leonidas, finish them off. The fight was going in favor of the Spartans until Erebus came out to show his face. Erebus, enough. The Olympians opened their eyes, they didn't think it would be Nyx's brother. Zeus, Erebus, why are you doing this? Erebus, this side gives me everything I need. Nyx, Erebus, why? Nyx was crying. Erebus, calm down, little sister, you will soon be mine. Hades, I will not let you get close to her, you damn traitor. Erebus, or be sure that she will be mine. Soldiers, bring the prisoners. Nobody answered. Erebus, idiots, I told you to bring. In that, on the Spartan side, a magic circle is formed from where Issei, Hermes, and the other Spartans come out. Issei, I'm sorry, they are dead inside the castle. Erebus, damn, who are you? Issei, I am the one who will stop you, and I will never let you touch Nyx. Nyx, Issei. Erebus, so Issei, you were that fat man who ate everything he found. Issei, you said it, he was that fat man who ate everything and was always rejected and discriminated against for not being thin. Erebus, what will you do to me, you're damn human without power? Issei, why don't we find out? Issei launched himself at Erebus, kicking him in the leg, but he blocked it with his leg. Erebus, I didn't expect that. Now kneel down. Erebus kicked him in the stomach, but Issei remained standing. Issei, that's all, how disappointing. Issei kicked him, sending him crashing into a wall. Issei, get up. Erebus came out of the smoke, annoyed, and threw several punches at Issei, which he blocked simply with his hands. Issei, carry no Tekken. Issei punched Erebus with his fists wrapped in Dragon Slayer magic. Erebus, I'm tired of this. Erebus grabbed a signal he had on his arm and tightened it. Erebus, get ready for what's to come. On the ground beneath the castle, a huge magic circle had covered the entire castle, and a gigantic creature began to emerge from the ground. Hades, or not. Hades, Cerberus. Zeus, how is he here? Hades, I couldn't find him anywhere. They captured him in the underworld. Issei, damn bastard, you use Cerberus to fight the battle that you can't. Erebus, say what you want, Cerberus, kill him. Issei, I won't let you. Issei created a giant magic circle behind him from where he came out. Erebus, Jormungandr. Issei, Jormungandr, stop Cerberus, don't kill him. Jormungandr rolled up Cerberus and took him a little further. Issei, let's end this, Erebus. Issei launched himself at Erebus, hitting him in the stomach and breaking his little things. Erebus, ah damn it. Issei, everyone here trusted you and you betrayed them. Erebus, I'll get what I want, I'll get everything I want, Erebus launched himself at Issei and pierced his chest. Everyone was in shock. Ross, Issei. Erebus, damn death. Issei, you thought that would stop me, you idiot. Everyone saw how Issei's chest closed. Nyx, Issei, how is that? Issei, I can't die, you can't kill an immortal. Issei threw himself at Erebus and hit him. Erebus, damn you, die already, dark extermination. Issei, Gurren Bequengen is over. Issei's attack swept away Erebus's attack and knocked him to the ground. Issei, curse seal Doran's prison. Erebus was trapped in Issei's seal. Issei, it's over. In that, Jormungandr returns with Cerberus without the control signal, and he calls Issei's face. Issei, hello friend, sorry for not visiting you. Cerberus screams and a symbol appears on his forehead. Issei, well friends, go rest. Jormungandr and Cerberus left. Issei took Erebus to the leaders. Issei, here it is, lock it up well. Ross, Issei, are you okay? I have pierced your chest and. Issei, calm down, I can't die. Ross, how, why? Issei, Riot gave me the source of life. It doesn't matter if my body is destroyed into pieces or if it is dust, I will never die. I am immortal. Hades, Great Red gave you the source of life. Issei, yeah, well, it seems that everything is over. Issei sees Nyx looking at the seal and her brother and approaches him. Issei, you're okay. Nyx, yes, I just didn't think Erebus would end up like this. Issei, he chose a bad path, it couldn't have ended any other way, I'm sorry. Nyx, I'm sorry, but he's my brother and it hurts. Nyx started crying and hugged Issei. Seeing her like that, he felt a pain in his chest and hugged her. Issei, don't worry, you'll be fine. Nyx fell asleep and Issei took her to Aphrodite. Issei, she fell asleep. Aphrodite, poor thing, seeing her brother like that. Issei, it's not easy to accept how Aphrodite and Athena have been. Aphrodite, worried idiot, we didn't know where you were. Athena, you disappeared for 8 months and no one knew about you. We looked for you but we didn't find you. Issei, I'm sorry, I had to go train in the dimensional gap, sorry for not telling you anything. Athena, no, you're already here with us. Aphrodite, and we won't let you go again. Athena and Aphrodite hug Issei and he feels another pain in his chest. Issei, okay, I'm going to leave Nyx with her priestess and go talk to Leonidas. Issei left from there, leaving Aphrodite and Athena confused by Issei's cold attitude. Ross, don't worry, it's not his fault. Ross told them that Issei had sealed his emotions. Athena, that's horrible. Aphrodite, with everything he had to go through, it doesn't surprise me, but almost dying just from loving, that is sad. They said it sadly and with tears falling down their faces. Ross, I swear to make him recover his emotions and feelings, and that's what I will do. Athena, not only you, but I'm sure Nyx will too. Aphrodite, I won't let them get close to Issei again. Ross, I already warned you, but. Aphrodite/Athena, but? Flashback Ross. Ross was seen walking through the forest to a train until she reaches a lake where she sees Issei training shirtless. Blushing, she watched him until a portal opened from which Riot came out. Issei, Riot. Riot, Issei, I came to check the signal. Issei, it broke. Riot, how? Issei, it started when Rias and Sona came to spy on me and told me that they would do everything possible to regain my love, and that I fell in love with her like the first time there. I felt a pulse in my heart like before the seal. Then a couple of hours ago when I saw Ross and he kissed me and told me that he was going to make me recover my emotions, the signal had a pulse. Riot, Riot, check the signal. Riot, what I feared, the signal is cracking. Issei, you can't fix it anymore, right? Riot, no, I can't anymore. I told you that the seal could only do it once. You have already thought about what I told you. Issei, how to force them to love me? Riot, I can't. If all the women I had feelings for fell in love with me again, it would prevent this from killing me, but I can't force them to love me. I'm not like that. English, Riot, it's up to you. Issei, see you again. Riot opened the portal and left. Ross, Issei. End of flashback. Ross, the only way for Issei not to die is for him to love others again. Aphrodite, and what did they say to you? Ross, they told me that they wanted to make him love them again. I yelled at them, but now I don't know what to tell them. Athena, let things flow. Issei doesn't trust them for now, but he hasn't stopped feeling what he felt for them. Aphrodite, we have to do everything possible to save Issei. Aphrodite, Athena, Ross, it's a promise. Chapter 8, Tartarus. Issei had left Nyx with her priestess. Issei, well, this is over now. Leonidas, Issei, the leaders are waiting. Issei, I'm coming. Issei enters the room. Hades, Issei. Issei, calm down, I'm fine with some casualties. Hades, none? Issei, fine. Sirzek, Issei, then you agreed to help us. Issei, I already told you that I will do it as long as you are not bothering me or ruining my life. I will help you. Azazel, fine. Issei, if you excuse me, I will go talk to my friends. Issei left the tent and went where Hermes, Ares, and Leonidas were. Issei, how are you? Hermes, well, how do you think after they destroyed me on the battlefield? Issei, they used magic suppression. What did you expect? Leonidas, and Nyx. Issei, he's sleeping in his chambers. Ares, you know what this reminds me of? Issei, to when we were in Tartarus. Ares, yes, but at that time they almost killed us. Issei, those monsters weren't easy at all. Leonidas, but it was fun fighting alongside them. Hermes, same here. Issei, anyway, I'm going to sleep because I'm tired. Issei left there and arrived at a room they left for him. He entered and lay down on his bed. Issei, I'm sleepy. It would be better to sleep. Issei had fallen asleep. 8 hours had passed and an explosion shook Issei. When he came out, he saw Sparta in flames. Spartan, extinguish the fire. Issei, soldier, what's going on? Another attack. Spartan, yes, sir. Issei, the Cows Brigade. Spartan, no, sir, they are semi-Titans. Issei, the Tartarus. Spartan, yes, sir, the soldiers are facing them at the main entrance. Issei, I'm going there. Issei concentrated and spread his dragon wings. Issei raised his wings and began to fly, watching as the city of Sparta was on fire. Issei, I can't allow this, not to the only city that allowed me to call home. Issei saw that there were several horrendous creatures in the sky, so he came down on one side of Sparta. Issei, thank you for the food. Issei sighed with his mouth. All the fire of the city began to head towards to then release it in an attack directed towards the creatures that were flying Sparta. When the attack dissipated, the creatures were no longer seen. Spit fire from the air flew until reaching the main entrance. Issei, father. Hades, Issei. Issei, what are the monsters of Tartarus doing here? I thank you. Hades, these are not my servants, they are from you. Issei, she was locked up. Hades, well, I just received information that the prison was attacked, and she was released. Issei, I have to go there. Rias, Issei, you are crazy, you could die, besides you don't know anything about Tartarus. Leonidas, calm down girl, Issei is more than qualified to go, besides he knows Tartarus inside and out. Everyone was in shock. Akeno, how come my Kohai knows Tartarus? English, Hermes, when they came to sign the alliance treaty to the Olympus Leonidas area, Issei and I were sent by Hades-sama to Tartarus on a mission to stop you. Seraphol, but Issei had no power, so how did they do something like that? Hades, Issei was not going to go with them, he offered himself. I was hesitant at first, but in the end I accepted. Ares, when we were there it was dangerous, there were new monsters that we had never faced. Although it was fun, we were in danger every second. Issei and his strategies kept us alive. Issei, I must see her again. Hades, Issei, we are not sure if the same thing will happen as last time. Issei, well, I will make it happen. Issei opened a throat. Issei, I will return soon with you. Issei went through the portal. Chapter 9, Tartarus Part 2. Issei had crossed the gorge, I believed, and had appeared in Tartarus. Issei, well, I should walk towards that castle before. It wasn't there, so that's where it will be. Issei walked towards the castle. When he arrived, he saw that there were several monsters at the entrance, so he tried to hide his magic, but he couldn't use it. Issei, this is bad, I can't use Ma. Then he receives an attack from behind. You thought you could hide in my castle like that? Issei, you, how do you know my name? Issei, no matter how, I must destroy you, Dark Flash. Issei took the damage full force, being slammed into a castle wall. Issei just stood there embedded, but you had made dark energy appear in her hands, forming claws, attacking and cutting Issei's chest over and over again until she pierced his chest with her claws. You, who are you? Issei, no matter what happens, one day I will steal you and take you with me far away from here. You opened her eyes and tears fell from them. You, Issei. Issei, hello you. You, Issei, I know what did I do? Issei, calm down, I'm fine. Issei pulled Yu's claws out of his chest and the hole in his chest closed. You, Issei. Issei, you. Issei, and you kissed. Issei, I miss you. Flashback. You could see Issei as he was before training with Riot alongside Leonidas, Ares, and Hermes. Leonidas, well, be careful, we don't know if these monsters are preparing an ambush for us. Hermes, the signal is supposed to be 20 kilometers from here to the south. Ares, well, let's go now before it gets late. Issei in the middle of us. Issei placed himself in the middle of everyone, and they advanced until they reached a mountain. Issei, according to father, the seal must be inside this mountain. Leonidas, well then we have to break it. Leonidas concentrated energy on his spear and split the mountain in two. Issei, don't wait. Issei and the others fell into a huge hole in the mountain. When Issei woke up, he saw that everything was dark. Issei, I have to get out of here. Issei began to walk, but the path only went down. Ko there was up. Issei, I have no choice, I have to go down. Issei walked until he reached a room where, when he opened the huge gate that was there, he entered and saw a girl locked up. You, who are you? Issei, my name is Issei Hayadu. What are you doing here? What is your name? You, my name is you. Issei, you are the one who is locked up for killing Kronos. You, I asked for it, and I didn't want it. Issei, they sent us to check the signal. Since I see that it is okay, I'm leaving. Issei was leaving. You, wait, please don't leave me here. Issei, you committed a crime and you are dangerous. I'm sorry, but I can't. You, then talk to me please. I haven't talked to anyone for 500 years, I feel alone. Issei thought about it and stayed with you. He was with her for a week. During this time, Issei had become fond of you. She told him why she was locked up and how things happened. Issei told her why he was there and everything that had happened in his life. On the roof of Yu's sign, a monster falls. Issei, damn. You, Issei, go away. It's a guard they left so he wouldn't escape. Issei, I'll take care of him. Issei ran, but the monster gave him a tail swipe that sent him against a wall, but Issei smiled as he had left an envelope on the ground. Issei, die. The envelope contained the power of Hades that he had given him as an emergency. The envelope exploded, eliminating the monster, but the explosion caused everything around it to collapse. Issei, you, how do I remove the signal? You, it can't be done. Only the one who created the seal could, and that person is already dead. Issei, I'm not leaving you here. You must go, Issei. Everything is about to collapse, you must not die. Issei, I won't leave without you. English, you, 500 years I was alone, 500 years, and you replaced those 500 years of loneliness in just 7 days. I hope we see each other again, Issei. Issei, no, what are you doing? You used the little magic she had thanks to the seal and sent Issei away from the door. Issei, I promise that we will see each other again, and no matter what happens I will steal you and take you away from here. The ceiling fell on top of the seal. Issei. End of flashback. Issei, mind, after that Ares, Leonidas, and Hermes found me underground and I never saw you again. I asked Riot about all the types of seals and that's why I'm here, but someone already freed her. Issei, you, who was it? You, the Cows Brigade came and freed me, but now I can. It didn't finish because you fell to the ground. And it was seen that on the ground there was a subject with a control. Issei, Kronos. Kronos, how did you know? Issei, this disgusting magical energy can only belong to someone like you who made it. Kronos, it's a weapon of the Cows Brigade in chronostasis. Issei released his fire, and it enveloped you. Issei, Hai Meho Fire Obutaimu. The fire that contained you froze. Kronos, what did you do? Issei, Nothing you need to know because you will be dead. Chapter 10 Tartarus Final Part. Issei, you will pay for what you did to you. Issei Concentrated Magic. Issei, Balance Breaker the Wolf the Knights. Kronos, I'm stronger than before. Issei, I don't care about that, you damn bastard. Issei, Zero Machine Gun. Kronos was able to dodge some but others hit him. Kronos, that hurt a little. Kronos approached Issei and punched him in the nose. Issei, that only hurts a little. I want to kill you, you bastard. You touched you. I will never forgive you for that. Issei, Eternal Awakening. Issei, Fire Cyclone. Issei, Eternal Flames. Kronos, you won't defeat me again, you bastard primordial titan. Issei, you are really disgusting, Kronos. Issei increased even more fire around him. Issei, I will destroy you. Issei grabbed Kronos and threw him to the ground and bit his neck. Issei, you touched her, you bucking idiot moron, and I will never forgive you for that. Issei, Glorious Explosion. Issei in his dragon form had released a flame so large that everything trembled. When he finished his attack, Kronos was half destroyed, only his legs remained. Issei, Broken in Hell. Issei pulverized him. Issei looked at you. Issei analyzed you and saw the signals still active. Issei, wait 1 year for this. Issei removed the seal and destroyed it into pieces. 10 minutes passed, and you was waking up. You, what happened, Issei? Issei, calm down, I'm fine. You, what a relief, Issei, I must return to the seal if not me. Issei, calm down, I destroyed the seal and destroyed the dark part of your power. You, that means that. Issei, finally I will keep my promise, I will steal you and take you away from here. You hugs Issei. You, Issei. Issei, now you are mine forever. You and Issei kissed, and in Issei's chest and his heart a crack sounded. Another layer of the seal had broken inside Issei's heart. You, Issei, what was that, and what is that marked in your heart? Issei told him what happened and why he had that seal. You, I'm sorry my love, but now I'm here with you and I know the others are too, and we will never leave you. Issei, thank you, now we must go back to Sparta. You, well, let's go. Issei and you created a magic circle and left Tartarus to appear in the Sparta campaign. When he entered, all the leaders were waiting for him. Hades, Issei, how did it go? Issei, good father, in fact I bring her with me. You stood at his side. Hades, why did you bring her? If the mission was to lock her in the seal again, it could cause destruction out here. Issei, because the one who sent those monsters was not you but Kronos. When the Chaos Brigade freed you from the seal, they imprinted her with a seal until I faced her, and she could recognize me. Hades, be even so. Issei, father, I take responsibility for her. Hades, that's fine, but it will be under your responsibility. If something happens, you will be the one to blame. Issei, good. Hades, how do you know you? Issei, you sent us to check the seal 1 year ago, but the mountain split, and only I could get to her. I was with her for 1 week, I met her, she met me, and when 1 week she had passed, the Guardian tried to kill me. I used the envelope you gave me and destroyed the Guardian, but the cave with the seal collapsed. Hades, you, I'm sorry. You, it was 500 years ago, but I understand you, you did it for good, and I sincerely believe that I would have done the same. Hades, thank you. Issei, and Ross and the others. Hades, they are in their rooms in the city. Issei, I will go see them, see you later, father. Hades, see you later, R. Issei and you left for the city. Chapter 11 Returning to the Academy. Issei had entered Ross's room. Issei, Ross. Ross, Issei, how did it go? Issei, well, everything is fine, I want to introduce someone. You enters. Issei, this is you. You, it is a pleasure to meet you. Ross, the pleasure is ours. Issei, how is Nyx? Aphrodite, she is in her room, she hasn't wanted to come out. Issei, I'll go see her, you stay with them please. Ross, if we have things to talk about between us. Issei. Well, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Issei leaves and walks towards Nyx's room. When he arrives, he knocks on the door. Nyx, I said I don't want to see anyone, go away. Issei, Nyx, it's me. Nyx, Issei, what are you doing here? Issei, I came to talk to you, can I come in? Nyx, okay. Issei enters and sees his room, which was fixed. Nyx, what did you want to talk to me about? Issei, how are you? Nyx, I can't believe Erebus has come to this far. We grew up together, we ate together, we fought together, and he. Nyx was shedding tears, and Issei approaches and hugs her. Issei, calm down, Nyx, calm down, he's going to be okay, he's going to be helped, we're not going to execute him, calm down. Nyx only had her head on Issei's chest. After 4 minutes, Nyx stopped crying until she saw Issei, and without thinking she kissed him. Issei was just there until after a few seconds he returned the kiss. After 3 minutes they separated due to lack of air. Issei, that's because it was. Nyx, because I love you and I want to be with you. Issei, it's okay but. Nyx, I know about the signal problem, you said it in the meeting. Issei, yes, and I don't know if. Nyx, calm down the others and I will be with you no matter what happens. Issei just hugged Nyx. The next day. Issei was getting up, and when he left his room he saw Leonidas talking to Aria and Hermes. Issei, what are you doing here? Leonidas, there's a meeting. Issei, well, let's go. Issei and the others arrived at the meeting room. Issei, why is this meeting now? Sirzek, it's time to go now, we just wanted you to sign here. Issei, because me. English, Michael, we're going to need to catch, we want you to be, I know you don't want us to bother you and you want to live in peace, but we'll also need you to be on some missions. Hades, please are. Issei, okay father, I'm doing it just for you this time, where I signed. Azazel here. Issei signed. They were going to shake his hand, but. Goro, I'm already tired. Issei, you are our son, Asami is your mother, and I am your father, not Hades. Asami, we just want our son back. Issei approached them. Issei, father and mother is the one who raises, educates and teaches, not the one who engenders. Goro, but we gave you a roof to sleep under, food and clothes. Issei, seriously, you still don't know anything, let me refresh your memory. Do you remember when was the last time you celebrated my birthday? When was the last time you prepared food for me? No, you don't remember, because since I was 5 years old I have been doing everything on my own. Why don't you go to your house and see the room you lived in, the conditions you lived in? I don't intend to continue arguing with you. You, calm down, Issei. Issei, yes, I calm down. Issei, Uncle Zeus, Nyx, Aphrodite and Athena will come to live with me. Of course they will not leave their work here. Zeus, no problem. Issei, see you in Qua. Issei created a magic circle with Nyx, Aphrodite, Athena, you and Ross, and they left. Goro, what did he mean? Jax, why don't you go to your room in the mansion, there you will know everything. With Issei, he had already arrived home. Ross, this house is huge. Issei, yeah, I guess I chose well. Aphrodite, fine, where we will sleep. Issei, their rooms are there and there. Issei pointed to 3 rooms, then they saw a bigger door, so they entered and saw Issei's room. Issei, this is my room. Ross, because there are many screens. Issei, some have the cameras of the entire city and others, well, my servant. You, I'll go rest for a while. Issei, sleep, you must be tired, sleep in the afternoon, we will go to the mall to buy your clothes. The girls went to their rooms and you and Ross lay down on Issei's bed. And Issei in the middle of them hugging her. Time skip 3H. Issei was waking up and saw Aphrodite, Nyx, Athena, you and Ross sleeping with him. Issei, now and this when it happened. Issei had carefully gotten up and went to the kitchen to prepare lunch. Sip time 2 hours. Issei had finished cooking. Issei, everything is ready. Issei had gone to call the girls and they got up sleepy until they smelled the food. They got ready and went down. Aphrodite, Wow, Issei, you prepared all this. Athena, it looks delicious. Issei, go ahead and help yourselves. They all sat down to eat, including Issei the girls when they tried it. Ross, Issei, this is delicious. It is very rich, I have never tried something like this. Nyx, even the salad is delicious and I don't like salad. Athena, this is delicious. Aphrodite, it is too delicious. Issei, I'm glad you like it, now let's finish eating to go to the mall. Issei and the others finished eating and got ready. When they got off outside the house, there was a large black van. Issei, get in. They all got in and sat down, and Issei drove until they reached the mall. Upon arriving, Issei had the gaze of most of the women in the mall. Issei, well, let's see where to enter, let's start there. And then we go to other stores. Issei and the girls entered several stores. Time skip 4H. After finishing shopping, the girls and Issei had several bags in their hands. The dresses are beautiful. Aphrodite, I look beautiful. Issei, very beautiful. Aphrodite blushed. Athena, thanks for all the clothes. Issei. Nyx, thank you. Nyx said, giving Issei a kiss on the cheek. Issei, you're welcome. In that, Issei sees Ross desperately looking at a store of everything for $1. Issei, girls, go ahead for a moment. Further ahead there is a restaurant, tell him my name and the waiter will take you to the table. In the morning I made a reservation. Nyx, well, we will wait for you there. The girls walked to the restaurant. Issei, Ross, come with me. Issei extended his hand to Ross and he took it. Issei and she entered the store. When they left, Ross looked happy, but a comment made her uncomfortable. Sir, as if having a handsome and wealthy man asked to enter this ridiculous store, apparently money does not change class. Issei, excuse me. Sir, no, I didn't say anything. Issei, repeat what you just said, let's see, very manly. Lady, what my husband meant is that this woman has no class, that's all. Issei, and who do you think you are to judge a person by their tastes? Sir, come on, boy, we have more years of experience and class than you. Issei, well, from what I see, no. Sir, what? Issei, having class means showing manners, elegance, finesse when carrying out your activities, and Ross has more class than the two of us together. Sir, insolent. Issei, classy men and women do not feel superior to others. By having class you understand that, because it is better not to leave and stop meddling in the lives of others. Issei and Ross hand in hand walked to the restaurant where they had dinner and then returned home. We had a lot of fun. Issei, I'm glad you had fun. Aphrodite, let's go rest tomorrow, you have classes. Issei, yes, see you tomorrow. Everyone went to sleep, but Asio wakes up in the middle of the night and realizes that everyone was sleeping with him. Issei, this doesn't bother me. Issei closed his eyes to sleep again. Chapter 12, Returning to the Academy, Part 2. It was daytime and Issei had already gotten up and prepared breakfast. The girls came down, greeted him, and Issei got on his motorcycle. Issei, upon arriving at the academy, sees how everyone was looking at him, the girls blushing because of his beauty and physique, and the boys scared of what he can do to them if they bother him. In that case, Issei sees the student whose arm he broke. He just looked at him and turned his face away. Issei. He walked until he reached his classroom and sat by the window. Director, okay, students, today you will have a new student and a new teacher. Please come in. When the girls enter, everyone is surprised by how beautiful they were. Hello, my name is Yu Hasashi, it's a pleasure. Yumi, my name is Yumi Amano and I will be your new English teacher. Teacher, anything you want to ask the new student and teacher? Student Yuasan, do you have a boyfriend? Yes, and I love him very much. Issei just smiles and looks at the window. Student 2, and who is he? I'll keep that to myself. Student 2, Teacher Yumi has a husband. Yumi, no, but I'm looking for someone who helped me a few days ago, but I haven't found him yet. Main, well, you can sit down, Teacher Yumi, we need to introduce you to the other classrooms. Yumi, we'll see each other at noon. Yumi left, and you sat next to Issei. Issei, I didn't think you would study. I was bored alone at home. Aphrodite, Nyx, and Athena went to Greece. Issei, if you have to work, we'll see you at night. What course is this? Issei, Advanced Calculus. Good. You takes out a notebook. And you are not going to write anything down. Issei, I already studied, do you remember? That's right. So the Advanced Calculus class passed, and it was time for English. Yumi had entered the classroom and was taking attendance until she says, Yumi, hi to Issei. Issei present. Yumi Issei. Issei hello? Yumi looked at him and after a few minutes continued taking attendance. Thus the English classes passed until recess time came and Issei left the classroom with you to walk through the halls of the academy until they saw a door that said closed. Curious, Issei removed the tape from the door and opened it. Upon entering, they saw that there were several instruments, a guitar, a piano, a bass, a beats mixer, and more. Issei, it's a music room, it even has a piano. I imagine no one has wanted to use it because no one knows how to play instruments. You know? Issei, yes, Riot taught me how to play and sing. Why don't you play something for me? Issei, if that's what you want. Issei grabbed the guitar. When we're out in a crowd laughing loud. And nobody knows why. When we're lost at a club getting drunk. And you give me that smile. Going home in the back of a car. And your hand touches mine. When we're done making love. And you look up and give me those eyes. 'Cause all of the small things that you do. Issei left the guitar next to the bear's mixer and followed the sound of the guitar, but this time he played the piano. What reminds me why I fell for you. And when we're apart, and I'm missing you. I close my eyes and all I see is you. And the small things you do. When you call me at night while you're out. Getting high with your friends, Every high, every bye, every. I love you. You've ever said? 'Cause all of the small things that you do. Are what remind me why I fell for you. And when we're apart, and I'm missing you. I close my eyes and all I see is you. And the small things you do. You listened to her song and a tear fell down her cheek. When we're done making love. And you look up and give me those eyes. 'Cause all of the small things that you do. Are what remind me why I fell for you. And when we're apart, and I'm missing you. I close my eyes and all I see is you. And the small things you do. All the small things you do. Issei saw you and she had tears in her eyes. Issei, what happened? Are you okay? Yes, just that song was beautiful. Issei, thank you. Issei kissed you on the lips and then caressed her head. You was blushing but happy. Issei, how about we go to the classroom, we have one class left. Let's go. Issei closed the door of the music club and with you they walked to the classroom, but on the way he met Yumi. Issei, you caught up with you in the classroom. You agreed and went to the classroom. Issei, hello Yumi. Yumi, Professor Yumi for you Issei. Issei, we are already with the formalities. Yumi, no haha. Issei, ha ha ha, how have you been? Yumi, good thanks to you my ex was locked up for attempted murder and violence, he will be in jail for several years. Issei, he was an idiot jerk. Yumi, if you are still a student how did you get into the bar? Issei, I am older than I look but I keep that to myself, how about we meet at the bar tonight? Yumi, why would I go tonight? Issei, believe me after a day of classes at this academy you will want to go to the bar to see you at night. Issei kissed Yumi on the cheek and left her blushing. Issei upon arriving continued his class until he finished. When he was going towards the parking lot he passed by the student council and heard something that he did not like at all. Saji, Sona, you are going to be mine whether you want it or not. Jack's already left you, now you are going to be mine. Sona slaps him but Saji returns it, and she grabs her cheek. Saji, you will be mine whether you want it or not. Saji began to release pheromones and threw Sona to the ground, starting to grope her, but the dragon pheromones did not work. Saji, because they do not work. Issei, because you think you are an idiot. Saji turns around and sees Issei standing there. Saji, what are you doing here? Get out, you idiot. Saji tried to throw a punch in his face, but Issei kicked him that sent him to the ground and then put his foot on him. Saji, leave me. Saji struggled. Issei, you are a disgrace to our species and you are a garbage pawn. You will not do what I have planned again. Issei created a sign on Saji's chest. Saji, what are you doing? Issei, Vritra doesn't deserve a carrier like you, damn trash. Issei, for your actions and the aberrations committed by you, I take away the power of a powerful and kind noble dragon. Vritra, do you agree with this? Vritra, hi. Saji, damn traitor dragon, Mr. Vritra, you are a disgusting and weak carrier. I do not know why they gave me to you. Issei, by the power of a dragon god, I Issei Drangnil strip you of the Black Dragon King. Vritra, you are not worthy of such power. Issei ripped a purple-black sphere from his chest. Saji, no. Issei took out 4 pawn pieces as well. Issei, traitor pawn. Saji fell unconscious, but then he performed a spell to make him forget everything about the supernatural world. Issei, you're okay. Sona was crying. Issei approached her and hugged her. Issei, calm down, it's over. Sona cried on Issei's chest because of the fear she was. Sona, he almost. Issei, calm down, nothing happened to you. Tsubaki then enters and sees Sona crying and Issei hugging each other on the floor and an unconscious Saji. Tsubaki, Sona Kaicho, what happened? Issei helped Sona up while still hugging her and gave her to Tsubaki to continue hugging her. Issei, don't leave her, wait for her to calm down, and she will tell you everything. Issei left there, leaving Sona and Tsubaki to continue walking until he reached his motorcycle and left with you. Chapter 13 Lamentations. Issei was leaving on his motorcycle with you when they left the academy. They went to Issei's house and had lunch together. At Issei's old house, Jax was arriving at the mansion when he opened the door. Upon opening the door, Jax saw his parents having lunch and they were talking to him. Goro, Jax, it's good that you're here. Can you take us to your brother's room? Jax tensed up at that. Jax, are they safe? Asami, yes please, they are. Jax, good. Jax and his parents went down the basement stairs and saw that in the back there was a door. Asami, Jax, what are we doing here? Jax, they wanted to go to Issei's room, right? Jax walked to the door and opened it. When he opened it, he saw a horrible room in front of his parents' eyes, a destroyed and abandoned room. Goro, what is this? Jax, Issei's room. He's been living here for the last 17 years of his life. Asami, how did this happen? Me, my baby, my son is living here. I'm a bad mother. Asami was crying. Goro, I'm a bad father. How am I supposed to live here? Jax, I'm leaving you, I'm going up to get changed. Jax left, leaving his parents looking at Issei's room. Goro approaches the shabby closet he had. When he opens it, he sees that there were old and used clothes. Goro, we didn't even buy him clothes. Asami approaches the broken table he had. When he opens a drawer, he finds a notebook. Goro, what is that? Asami, it seems like it was his diary. When opening it, they see several written pages. Year 2002, age 5 years. Hi, I'm Issei. I managed to buy this diary with the money I saved for 2 years. My parents, well, let's say they only focus on Jax, although I have no problems. Jax is my older brother, and they are my family, so they will be there for me. Year 2008, age 11 years old. My hopes that my parents could value my effort have gone. They are only proud of their son Jax. I can't be like him because of my fatness. If I told them that the doctor told me that I gain weight because I have hypothyroidism, I can't lose weight, and I probably never will. Year 2014, age 17 years. Today is the rating game to save Rias. Honestly, since she and Sona came into my life, it went from bad to worse. When Jax found out I had the booster gear, he became more arrogant, more aggressive. I can't even get close to him anymore because he kicks me or hits me. Year 2014, age 17 years old. After the fight against Kokobile. Today I confess to Rias, it didn't go as I expected. I thought they could accept me as I am, but it wasn't like that. When I confessed, she told me that she would never be with an ugly and fat human like me. That broke my heart, but then I saw how Jax kissed Rias. That ended up confirming what I already knew. Year 2015, age 18. I'm tired of everything. I tried 1,000 times to leave this world that doesn't want me at all, but they have always found me and taken me to the hospital. How funny, even to death. All the women I love reject me. They are with Jax. Well, maybe I should disappear completely. Year 2015, age 18 years after the blood of Samuel. 2 days ago, the Cows Brigade tried to take Ophis Jax, and I tried to stop him. We did, but they cut us with Samuel's blood. They had to create new bodies for us to survive, and even being in death, even being dying, I was alone. Neither Jax nor the leaders nor anyone was with me there when I almost died. If it weren't for the soldier who was there, I would have died. Not even my parents. When I woke up, I saw how they left with Jax without knowing that I existed. I always wondered why they didn't abort me if they disliked me so much. Year 2015, age 18 years. One day before leaving with Riot. Today I go with Riot to train. According to him, he took the power of Ophis from Jax and put his full power in me, or something like that. He told me I never had anything or had anyone except for the only one I can call Father Hades and Uncle Zeus, my friends Leonidas, Ares and Hermes and Aphrodite, Nyx and Athena. I will see them again in 8 months. Well, I consider them my family. Since my parents were never there for me, I would have liked them to abort me than to have lived in this place. When Asami closed the book, she looked like Goro, and she had tears in their eyes for having treated their sons so badly, who they were supposed to defend and care for. Asami, Goro, my baby hates us. Goro didn't say anything, he just cried in silence. Asami, Issei. Asami let out a heartbreaking scream. Goro just hugged her, crying. Jax, who was upstairs, felt bad. Drake, I told you it would end like this. Jax, I didn't want my little brother to go through all this, and all because of me. Drake, I'm also partly to blame because you are my carrier. The dragon genes make you more aggressive and proud. Jax, you know why I didn't get the dragon fall if Rias and the others are no longer with me. Drake, that's because you weren't in love with them, you just wanted them not to be with Issei. Jax, you're right about that, but they're definitely coming back next week. Drake, your sister Reincarnation, right? Jax, yes, and there's a faction meeting in 2 weeks to go to China. Drake, do you plan to talk to Issei? Jax, I have to. I'll talk to him tomorrow. Drake, well, I'll go to sleep. Jax, rest. Jax stared at the window. Time skipped 4H. It was already 10 at night, and Issei had arrived at the bar. Upon entering, he asked for a table and sat down, ordering a whiskey. 45 minutes had passed when Yumi suddenly enters. Yumi, Issei. Issei, how was your day? Yumi, it was horrible. Those kids couldn't get tired of looking at me or not paying attention. Issei, the inept boys at that academy think more about having a girlfriend than studying. Yumi, and you're not a Nile either. Issei, I'm over 60 years old. You should know that since you're a magician, right? Issei pointed to his tattoo on his arm. Yumi, how did you know? Issei, not everyone has that tattoo of the best magicians guild, or do they? Yumi, you know my guild. Issei, Fairy Tale, of course. If it's one of the top 5 guilds in the world, how could you not know it? Yumi, why didn't you say so before? Issei, it wasn't necessary now if we're drinking. The waiter brings them 2 bottles of whiskey. After 4 hours, Issei and Yumi had left the dizzy bar. Yumi, I beat you. Issei, no, I won. Yumi, now how are we going to get home? Issei created a portal straight to Yumi's room. Issei, okay, we're here. Issei was about to leave, but Yumi, stay the night. Issei lay down behind Yumi, hugging her and wrapping his arms around her waist before falling asleep next to her. Chapter 14 Forgive Me. Issei was getting out of bed and sees that Yumi was sleeping next to him. Issei gets up and goes out the window where he creates a magic circle and goes home. When he arrives, he sees that the girls were still sleeping, so he entered the kitchen and prepared breakfast. 1 hour later, they had all come down and greeted Issei. They asked him why he didn't arrive. He told them that he fell asleep at Yumi's house because he was very dizzy. After the explanation that Issei gave them, they kissed him and went to do their chores on their features and jobs. Issei and Yu were arriving at the academy on their motorcycle. When they arrived, they saw that everyone was laughing. Issei didn't take it seriously, but he heard something that bothered him when they talked about Yumi. Student, look, I can't believe that Professor Yumi is so indecent, maybe she'll let me touch her. Student 2, if she can take these photos, she can do whatever she wants. Student 3, I'll make her mine. Issei, you stay here. Issei approaches those boys. Issei, what are they supposed to do? Student, what are you doing here? Issei, I'll ask them one more time what they're doing. Student 2, nothing, we were already leaving. The students were leaving, but Issei steps in front. Issei, listen to me, you idiots, if I hear you talking about Professor Yumi again as if she were an object. Student 3, what are you going to do to us? You can't do anything to us, my father. Issei slapped him. Student 3, that was a slap. Issei, yes, strange, right? I think you don't understand what your place is, damn trash. If I hear you talk about the professor or any woman in this academy like that again, I'll kill you, not only you. First I'll go for your father, then your mother, and then you, it's clear. The student was scared and agreed as best he could. Issei, good. Issei left from there, leaving the students scared. Issei walked with you until they reached the classroom where he saw Yumi with black glasses. Issei, bad hangover? Yumi, yes, because it didn't affect you. Issei, yes, it affected me, I got dizzy, but let's say I have a good hangover. Yumi, I hate you. Issei sat in his place, and Yumi gave her class. At the end, Yumi left for the teacher's lounge, but when she arrived she felt bad and wanted to vomit, and went to the bathroom. When she left, she met Issei. Yumi, Issei, what are you doing here? Issei, I came to give you this. Issei gives her some pills. Yumi, thanks. Issei, take them, you will feel better. I have to go to the cafeteria, see you. Issei went out to the cafeteria where he saw how everyone was sitting eating. Issei went for a bread and a bottle of water and left from there to the forest where he saw a tree and sat there next to you while some students watched them eating quietly. In that, Issei looks over his shoulder and sees Rias standing at the window. Issei looks at every part of her carefully, and then looks at the sky again. Rias was happy that he looked at her, but then Issei gets a hit. Issei, who was it? In that, he sees several gang members touching his classmates. Gang member, let's have fun, little girl. Student, don't let me go. Gang member 2, we'll make them ours. Student, no. Issei, you go inside and tell the principal to call the police and several ambulances. You, okay. You entered calmly. Issei approached the gang members. Issei, who are you and what do you want here? Gang member, this area is our territory, and now we only came to claim our women, and killing you is an extra task. Issei, there is no quiet day. Issei moved and kicked the gang members to release his companions. Issei, get out of here, enter the academy. Things are going to get very ugly out here. The students ran as fast as they could. Gang member, damn you, you won't have any luck again. The gang members took out bats and crowbars. Issei got into a fighting stance. Issei, Riot taught me this way of fighting a long time ago. I hope you have fun. The gang members launched themselves against Issei. Gang member, die, damn it. The gang member was going to hit him with the bat, but Issei dodges it and kicks him. The others also began to attack him. Issei, it's all they have. Gangster, damn it. Gangster 4, I'll take care of it. Gangster, Amori. Amori, nothing defeats strength. Amori, what, why couldn't I? Issei, why don't you die, you damn bastard? Issei gives him a kick that knocks him out. The others looked at him until a gang member was about to hit him with the bat, but Jax, get away from him. Issei looks at him, and his eyes widen, but he controls himself. Issei, what are you doing here? Jax, I know you don't trust me. I know I'll cause you as much damage as possible. At least let me compensate me as little as possible. A gang member was going to kick Jax, but Issei kicks him in the face, sending him into the wall. Issei, well, let's end this then. Jax smiles. Jax, hey. Issei and Jax launched themselves against the gang members, hitting them and knocking them out, all in front of Rias's gaze, who was amazed by what Jax was doing. After 20 minutes, all the gang members were on the ground in pain, and then the police arrived. Police, we have them thanks to both of you. Jax, don't worry. Issei, just take them away. Issei begins to walk towards the cafeteria. Jax, you know who it was. Issei, I have an idea, thanks for the help. Upon entering, he sees how the boy who was talking bad about Yumi was smiling. Issei, you found it funny. The student was scared. Student, I know you were supposed to be. Issei, dead, believe me, I tried for years. Some gang members are not going to kill me now, come here. Issei grabs him by the neck and takes him out of the cafeteria. He puts him in his car and drives until he reaches a mansion where he breaks the door. Owner, what's wrong? The owner sees that his son was on the ground. Owner, what have you done to my son? Issei, he's just knocked out, nothing more, but if you send gang members, assassins or mercenaries again when he comes here next time, he'll be dead. Owner, who do you think you are? Guards, kill him. 6 guards armed with submachine guns appeared and began to shoot at Issei. When they stopped shooting, the owner thought he would be dead, but he saw Issei still. Issei, that was supposed to kill me. Owner, it's impossible. Issei drops all the bullets that were fired at him from his hand. Issei, I'll show you what despair is. Issei jumps against a guard and cuts off the head of another. He pierces the heart of another. He breaks their necks and he shoots the others. Owner, what are you? Issei, I'm just a student, but I want a quiet life, and you interrupted my tranquility because of that useless idiot of your son. Now I warn you, one more time. If you do anything against me, I'll kill your son. Issei left from there. Upon returning to the academy, Issei sees how his classmates were calm and being hugged by their parents. Police, young Issei. Issei, yes. Police, I could take your statement. Issei, okay. English, police, you could very well tell us what exactly happened with these criminals. Issei, me and my partner, you were sitting quietly on that tree over there when we saw how they started to touch and insult my companions. After that I told you to go in, and I stayed outside fighting with them until my brother Jax, who is over there, arrived, and together we ended up defeating them all. Police, well, thanks for the statement. They will not do this again, that I assure you. Issei, I hope so. Issei walked to where you was and they walked towards Issei's car. When they arrived, they were about to leave, but someone yells at him. Jax, Issei. Issei breaks. Issei, what happened? Jax, we can talk. Issei, you drives, you see you at the house. Issei gets out of the car and you leaves in the car. Issei, what did you want to talk about? Jax, we can go somewhere else. Issei, fine. Issei followed Jax and they arrived at the park where they played as children. Issei, well, what did you want to talk about? Issei turns around and what he saw left him surprised. Jax, forgive me, Issei, please forgive me for putting you through hell. Forgive me for not being the older brother I should have been to you. Forgive me for everything. Jax was crying on the ground, kneeling, while Issei was impressed. Issei, and you think that with the forgiveness everything will be fixed? Jax, I don't know that what I did to you is irreparable. I just wanted to try to repair that brotherly relationship that we had and that because of me we lost. Issei looked at him, and then read his feelings. Issei, Drake? Drake, hello brat. Issei, what Jax says is true. Drake, yes, every word is. Issei lifts Jax and makes him look in his eyes. Issei, I see that you are sincere for the first time. I still do not trust you and I am not sure if I will but for now earn my forgiveness. Jack's hopeful that his brother will forgive him, he says. Jax, thank you. Issei, okay, now I must go. Jax, there is one more thing. Issei, which one? Jax, in a week they come back. Issei, I know and I would rather not talk about it. Jax, I understand you. Issei, I must go take care Jax. Issei created a magic circle and left.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.